Greetings, Divine Radiance. Welcome to your Wednesday Live Empower Hour with me, Nahkila Isha of AshworthScott Life Sculpting. I am a divine interpreter and mentor, interpreting messages and methods from the divine that empower you to create and live an abundant life. So let me just get myself situated here. I'm so excited. We are streaming live here on YouTube. We are streaming live on Spiritual Awakening with Nahkila Isha, and we're streaming live on the United Light Beings Awakening group, or in the group. But here's the thing, if you're over on Facebook and you're watching, please head over to YouTube. Hey, Alata. Hey, Bree. Hey, Denise. Hey, Mom. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share the link on. Hi, Mama Brenda. I'm going to share the YouTube link with you here. Please go ahead and join us over there if you'd like to participate in the live chat. So let's see. I'm going to share that link in the comments in both places. And then we'll go ahead and get back to it. Okay. So how is everyone doing today? How are you all feeling? It's such a great day. My face is all greasy, y'all. So I'm going to tell you guys a little something as we get prepared. Who was the first person on? Denise, were you first on today? So, our genes, my mom and I, we get it from our grandmother, right? Our skin. But my face regimen was so simple. I would use white unscented Dove, and at the time I used Ambi because that's what my grandmother always used, right? And then it's like when I hit 40, 41, I started to get dry right here and then like right here, right? People couldn't see it, but I could feel it. And I feel like if you don't have moisturizer on and your skin feels like an alligator's butt crack, then there's something seriously wrong. So I started buying this expensive face regimen and it would, make it look decent. But then when there was nothing on, it was still dry. So I use Vaseline on my body and I have really soft skin. And, a lot of times you hear, oh, Vaseline isn't good. It clogs your pores. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, it works on my body. I'm going to test it on my face. And you know what? I am so grateful because it works. My skin's not dry anymore. But, at night I lather it on. And then during the day I put just enough where it doesn't look like I stuffed my face in a bucket of vegan chicken. But so that has been working for me. And I'm so grateful because now I can ditch the expensive face regimen and just use my little regular, inexpensive face regimen. So super random. You guys know I like to ramble and chat with you while we get started. So who is the first person on? Let's see. Hey, Cheryl. Hi, Charmaine. Welcome. Let's see. Oh, you guys came on at the same time? Who was the very first person on? Ooh. Cheryl, have you been meditating and stuff? Like, how are you doing with your ascension process? Because that's one of the things that happens when you're ascending. You can start to feel sick or start to get sick. So what have you been doing in regards to that? Okay, I'm being told to go ahead and pull for Denise. So Denise, I'm going to pull your personal card, and I'm being told from this deck, Angels of Atlantis. My mom, we can always get on FaceTime and I can give her messages. And if you guys were both on, I'm going to pull yours. So for those of you that are just joining us each week, what we do is we go live here on YouTube. We stream on Facebook as well, but the live chat is happening here. And the very first person on gets a personal card pulled. And then I deliver a message for the collective. And then at the end, I offer $20 single question mini readings. Okay. Hi, my beautiful Aunt Linda. Angel of ancestors, healers, teachers, masters, thank you for delivering a message for Denise and light, love, and truth. Okay. All right. So you got Metatron, miracles. And I'm being told, Denise, to read from the book for you on this and then deliver to you what, is this for her too? Oh, and then look, this was on top of the book. You got Metatron Mercy. So let me just go ahead and get to Metatron. and read to you, and then I'll give you whatever message Spirit gives to me to give to you. Okay, so miracles, it says, miracles are changes of perception. And Metatron wishes you to know that like the miracle of newborn life, you are bringing your creative force to the fore. Do anticipate a miracle occurring, for when we open ourselves to miracles, we relinquish our fear to God. To Metatron, who stands on the right hand of the divine, therefore, open your mind to the possibility of any challenge you may have being lifted from your shoulders. And when you have let go, the source will gift you with unexpected joy. Please chant he from the throat chakra to enhance Metatron's magic. And then you got mercy. The oracle of Metatron beseeches you to explore ways of being merciful within yourself and in relation to fellow human beings and nature. Mercy is God-given and therefore channeled through the sovereign leader. It is then allowed to flourish through the garden of the meek. Therefore, if you harbor any negative issues such as anger, let go and live the life of your full power, your sovereignty, and express the implicit power of compassion. Be silent as you meditate on this oracle, and Metatron will bring you inspiration. Okay, so as I was reading this card or these messages, now typically we do one, but when Spirit says jump, I don't even ask how high, I just do it. And that other card was on top and Spirit said it was yours. So number one, as I was reading, what I was being told to tell you is to forgive yourself, right? Now, I had my healing session with Jillian this morning, and that was one of my messages as well. But to forgive yourself. Also, it's a great idea for you to call the fragmented pieces of your soul home. This is going to help you to release whatever blocks are there that are creating you to live within certain patterns, right? Spirit is also telling me to tell you it's time for you to really start putting your energy, your investments into your healing, right? It's no longer the time for you to half-ass it. I'm just going to say it how it comes, and for you to put energy into things that don't serve you, right? I'm hearing being busy is great, but here's the thing. There are a lot of things that you can do that will only go so far, right? Because you aren't in a space of peace and balance and bliss within. Now, here's the other thing that Spirit is saying. Now, even if you are to go to the moon, right? To the moon with everything that you've aspired to do, if you aren't at peace or in happiness within yourself, then what is the moon, right? And then if you're able to go to the moon, there's a whole universe beyond that you aren't even aware of, so you're limiting yourself. So Spirit is just telling me to tell you it's time, right? No more putting it off, no more excuses, no more procrastination, no more accepting less than what you deserve, right? It's time for you to prioritize your life and get moving, get busy, get in gear. So that was your message. Hi, Fonda. Hi, Phoenix. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So you know what? Now let's go ahead and get into our breathing. But before we do, we have 11 people on and 4 likes. Can we do the mirror effect and make it 11-11? And then before we get into our breathing, when we're at 11-11, we're going to just take a moment to send our manifestation statements to the universe, okay? Because at that point, 11-11, it's very powerful. It's like straight from our intentions to the ears of the divine, to the will of the divine. So let's get it to 11-11, and then we'll go ahead and start our breathing. Hi, Pat. Welcome. You're so welcome, Denise. You're so welcome. And while you guys are getting into the mirror effect and sending those likes, Spirit is telling me to go ahead and start shuffling and just laying the cards out. And then we'll do the breathing. One more? No. Okay. Well, it looks like we have stopped at 7. No worries. Okay. Wait. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on our breathing. So, what I'd like you to do is just allow yourself to relax. If you're not driving, go ahead and close your eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale slow and deep through our nose. And we're going to breathe in love and light. And then we're going to exhale out through our mouths, all that's no longer serving us. Now, if there's something that you're choosing to release specifically, then you can focus on that with your exhale, okay? So, while you're breathing, I am going to be sending you Reiki to your heart chakra and your solar plexus. And keep in mind the energy is very intelligent, so it will travel wherever your soul calls for it to travel to, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Close your eyes and inhale slow and deep, love and light through your nose. And go ahead and exhale all that's no longer serving you out through your mouth. And as you continue to breathe in that love and light, and exhaling all that's no longer serving you, I call on highest light guides, angels, ancestors, healers, teachers, wise ones, and ascended masters. I call on you now to fill this space. I call on you and I thank you for using me as a vessel of highest light and love to deliver a message that will help shift the collective consciousness. I thank you for allowing me to serve those I'm called to serve today. May their hearts, their minds, and their souls be open to receive whatever is meant for them. I thank you, and so it is. So just go ahead and continue to breathe that love and light, inhaling slow and deep through your nose, and just continuing to exhale, releasing what's no longer serving you. And what I'd like you to do is bring your attention to your crown chakra located at the top of your head, and just allow your crown chakra to open, opening your crown chakra now. And just allowing that warm, golden, divine energy of highest light and love to pour in through your crown chakra. Feeling that energy traveling down to your third eye and extending out to your ear chakras. Traveling down to your throat and down to your heart. And feeling that loving energy traveling down to your solar plexus and your sacral. Down to your root. And just feeling that energy flowing down your thighs, your knees, your calves, into your ankles and your feet. And just feeling the soles of your feet as roots begin to grow. Allowing those roots to grow and feeling them grow until they're penetrating the center of Mother Earth. Connecting to and feeling her loving energy. Allowing it to flow in through your roots. Traveling back up into your feet, up into your ankles, your calves, and your thighs. Back up into your root chakra, your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your ear chakras, your third eye, and up and out your crown. And just allow Mother Earth's loving energy to travel up into the cosmos, connecting with the divine energy of highest light and love. Visualizing them swirling together in a dance and bringing their combined energy back in through your crown and setting the intention for it to travel throughout your entire cellular being, loosening and releasing all that's no longer serving you. Setting the intention that this healing will continue throughout the rest of the day. And with every inhale, you'll fill your cellular being with love and light. And with every exhale, you'll release all that's not serving you. And so it is. And when you're ready, just go ahead and open your eyes and tell me how you feel after doing that quick and easy grounding exercise. That's how easy and quick it is to ground. You can do it anytime. Adding it to your regular practice would be amazing. Hi, Angelina. Welcome. Angelina said, good morning, sisters. Please send me loving, healing vibes. I just had 5 eggs retrieved for my IVF cycle. Congratulations. Please send good vibes for some successful fertilization and survivors. Love you all. Definitely sending that energy to you. And everyone else, please send it to her as well. Love you too, beautiful. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and get started with our message, okay? So we got the world card. And every time this card pops up, I hear Nas singing, "The world is yours." Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. Because in reality, the world is yours, right? It's like we are living in this vast universe, right? But in reality, we have our own world. Our world is our energetic field. Our world is what we create as our reality, right? So many of us are living in a reality that was given to us that we've forgotten that we have the power to create a world that serves our highest good, a world where we're receiving all that we desire and truly deserve, right? It's not about accepting the hand you've been dealt, right? Even before you got here, your soul agreed to certain experiences so that you could heal, awaken, and serve in the way that you agreed to serve to help shift the collective consciousness. So what Spirit is telling you to do is to remember that this world is yours. There is nothing outside of your world that you can't accomplish, right? You can't receive and you can't achieve. But it's up to you to remember, and it's up to you to take the necessary action steps to ensure that you're in your power, right? You're in your power. Spirit is saying, stop giving your power away, right? This collective world that we live in, right? The one that we've been taught is reality. This world is an illusion that has been created by someone outside of self. Someone is a collective, right? It's not just one someone, but a collective, right? An energy, an entity, right? It's time for you to free yourself. And I hear invoke, free your mind and the rest will follow. You know, and it's true. When you free your mind, the rest will follow. I'm laughing at my rendition of that. But yeah, I was feeling it, but I didn't sound nothing like invoke. Okay, so the next card we have is Journey. I'm just being told to tell you, your journey may seem a little dark, a little bleak at first, right? But keep going. Now there are many of us that have began our healing journey, right? And we may be thinking, well, shoot, I'm beyond that. But here's the thing. Every level that you ascend, there's a new beginning. And in the beginning, you know, it may seem a little bleak. It may seem a little frustrating. It may seem a little daunting. But Spirit is saying, keep going, right? It's like, in order for us to become who we are on a soul level, right? It's a matter of us allowing who we've become in this physical to die, right? And when we think in terms of death, right, we think pain, right? So when you're thinking in terms of the old you is dying, you're shedding the old you so that the new you, the you that's closer to who you really are, can emerge. There may be some painful, tough situations that occur. It could be as simple as being fatigued. It could be as simple as catching a cold, right? It could be as simple or as not as simple as feeling chaotic, right? So one of the things that I've been experiencing recently as I'm ascending is it's so difficult, or it has been. I'm canceling, deleting, claiming it. I'm not claiming that. It is easy now. But what I've been experiencing is shutting my mind off. Has felt like it has been impossible, right? I'll go to meditate or I'll go to take a sacred bath. And usually it's so easy. I got to a point where I have practiced my way into like that. I can just zone out and start receiving from Spirit. Now my mind is racing like it used to, right? This is a part of what's happening while I'm ascending. So instead of me looking at myself like, what's wrong with me? I'm just like, okay, Spirit, this is a part of it. Guide me, show me what to do to get over it so I can get back to my easy zen, right? So you may be experiencing various emotions, right? You may be experiencing disconnect where there was once connection. And Spirit is saying, keep going, keep going. Let me see what you all are saying. Hi, Victoria. Welcome, welcome. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, I feel very relaxed, which is greatly needed. Well, thank you so much. And cancelly needed. It just served your highest good. Phoenix Love said, me too much mind chatter. Yes. And it's like it came out of nowhere. But I realized what's going on is we're all experiencing a shift as a collective, right? As a collective, we're shifting. So whether we're in tune and whether we're putting in the conscious work and effort to continue our ascension, even if you're not doing that, you may still be noticing a few things that are off that normally are more on. And that's a part of it. It's that collective. But those of us that are actively ascending, actively healing, actively doing the work, we're going to be hit really hard because we're more aware of it. So don't panic, don't stress, don't give up. Just understand it's a natural part of the process and keep going. Okay. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, me also, my mind never rests. And so what I like to invite you to do, one of the things that works, or I used to do this method in the beginning. Now what I do is I chant or I'll focus on my breathing. But if you have a box, right, it's a locked box that just has a slit where nothing can come out, but you can only place things in. So as you're meditating, right, just allow yourself to breathe like we do when we do our breathing exercise, slow and deep, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And then when thoughts come up, just acknowledge them, okay, thank you. And then go ahead and put it in that box. And just save it for later, right? Each time the thought comes up, put it in that box. You can also focus on your breathing, like literally, I'm breathing, inhale, exhale, so your mind is focused on that. Or you can chant Om or any other chant that resonates with you. I like to chant Om, and I also like to chant Om Gam Ganapate Namaha, which is Lord Ganesha's chant to remove obstacles, blocks, and evil. So whatever works with you. You can even say a mantra, I am at peace, or I am calm, or I am still, whatever works. But those are ways to help you focus on not focusing on anything other than what you're in the moment doing, right? And then eventually it'll get to the point where you can just turn it off, okay? So we got Sandalphon, intention. So what Spirit is saying is everything is about intention. And we know this, right? We know this. What is your intention for today? Did you wake up today and set an intention? How many of you woke up today and consciously set an intention for the day? I didn't set one today. But if you did, let me know. Let me know. So what Spirit is saying is it is really important that we take control, that we take our power back. And one of the first and easiest steps in doing that is setting an intention for the day, right? For the day. So when we start our day, what's our intention? What's your intention? And then meditate, right? Now, when you set your intention first and then you meditate, what will happen in that silence and in that stillness and in that connection, Spirit will then begin to guide you on how to proceed with your day that will help you realize the intention that you just set. So if you make this a daily part of your practice, a daily part of your ritual or your routines, then you'll start to receive that guidance even deeper and even stronger. And now, again, you're controlling your reality. You're creating a world that resonates with you on a soul level, okay? So how many of you set intentions? If you did, let me know. So far, I haven't seen any comments that says, I did. So am I not alone with the we didn't set an intention today? Our team message is you will always live happy if you live with heart. And so it is. We will always live happy if we live with heart. Now, this card came in upside down. And it is Zafkiel, compassion. So why is this upside down? Well, I'm being told the reason why it's upside down is because even those of us that are showing compassion for others, we're still lacking compassion for self. We're lacking compassion for self. And some of us, we just aren't showing compassion at all, right? So Spirit is saying, who deserves your love more than you? Who deserves your understanding more than you? Who deserves your patience more than you? Your energy, your effort more than you, right? Some of us, we care so much about animals, or we care so much about our children or our significant other or those we're called to serve, but we're forgetting about numero uno, and that's self, right? That's self. So one of the ways that we show compassion for self is through self-forgiveness, right? Self-forgiveness. Now, here's the thing. Some of us, we run, right? We run. And oftentimes when we think of a runner, we think of runners that are doing self-destructive things, right? Whether it's drugs or alcohol or overeating or being a jerk or the other word, right? But that's not always the way we run. That's not the only way we run. Sometimes we run towards serving. Sometimes we run towards uplifting others. Sometimes we run towards building a life. But running is running. And Spirit is saying, sit your butt down sometimes and be still, right? Be still. Get grounded. Focus on your lower chakras. This is coming up again. Focusing on your lower chakras, right? The root, the sacral, the solar plexus. I'm just told to tell you, your heart is directly connected. And although we know all of our energy centers work together, the way Spirit is showing it to me, it's like the heart chakra has a cord or a pathway, right? That leads to those lower chakras, right? And the heart is the center of it all, right? And then there's another pathway that leads to the higher chakras. But what Spirit is saying is lower chakras for us as a collective, it's off balance. They're blocked, they're clogged, right? And we talked about doing the sensual dancing last week, right? Whether you're male, female, it doesn't matter, but moving and releasing energy through movement, right? Also eating foods that are connected to those chakras. So the easy way to know which foods are that connect for your root, foods that are red. For your sacral, foods that are orange. For your solar plexus, foods that are yellow. Heart, foods that are green, right? My aunt said, no, you're not. And my mom said, I did. I'm packing for our move. Let's see. Denise said, I have a similar challenge. I'm overcoming a hyper emotional mind and not being able to slow my thinking. Your guided meditations have been helpful. I am so, so grateful that they've been helpful. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Because in the beginning, I started with guided meditations, right? And then I was doing the breath focused meditations where I was in silence and just breathing. And then I got on this kick where I was all about the guided meditations, right? And so what Spirit told me was it's good to do the guided meditations because what they do, depending on what the topic of it is, they'll help you to release and heal. And it can also help you to silence your mind because you're being guided and you're focused, right? But during the time that we receive is when we're in that silent meditation. So what Spirit has told me and what I'm being led to tell all of you is even if you're doing guided, still make sure you're taking at least 5 minutes a day to do where you're just breathing, where there's nothing playing and you're just breathing, because that's when Spirit will start to speak to you, whether it's through pictures, images, whether it's through feeling, or whether it's through an actual voice, Fonda said, absolutely. My intention for this year is to love me. Awesome. And so it is. Pat said, this message is really resonating with me. I'm so grateful, Pat. Charmaine said, yes, I'm a triple air sign. And after a year of meditation practice, I can finally quiet my mind. But now I need work on my memory. Well, cancel, delete, need. Now it serves my highest good to work on my memory. Hi, Sandra. Welcome. Pat said the heart chakra and root chakra are areas I have to focus on. And it's areas you're choosing to focus on. Denise said, I will also apply silent meditation and chanting. Yes. Now, here's the other thing about the guided meditations. So I've told you all, if you're doing the guided meditations on my channel, I put a hypnotic component in there as well so that it helps all the positive imprints to really stick. But whenever you're doing any guided meditation, whether it's mine or someone else's, that's geared towards healing, releasing, or something of the sort, make sure you're doing it for at least 21 consecutive days or nights, right? 21 days is the rule of thumb because that's how long it takes for your unconscious mind to rewire itself. And when your unconscious mind begins to rewire, so does your vibrational frequency. And when you're vibrating different, you're attracting different, right? Okay, so now look, we got the mercy card too. And what I just heard was crown me, and then I heard king me. Check, right? Weird stuff. Weird stuff. The message has been coming through really weird lately. And I'm just hearing, Lord, have mercy on my soul. You know how oftentimes if someone does something, right, we heard like our elders, have mercy on her soul, right? Or bless your heart, right? And so now we say it kind of like, we say it in that way, right? But what Spirit is saying is to literally have mercy on your own soul, right? There is nothing you have done. There is nothing you will do that is without a purpose, right? The longer we sit and waddle and stinking thinking or self-judgment, the longer it takes for us to learn our lessons and get to our blessings. The longer it takes. So what Spirit is saying is, no matter what you've done in the past, no matter what you've experienced in the past, it was all for a purpose. And it's up to you to figure out what that purpose is. Spirit is saying it is now time to release and heal. It's time to release and heal. And I'm being told to look at the time. It's 2:00 exactly, 2:00. So look up the message of 2:00 specifically. I know it breaks down to 2, but Google 2:00 angel number, and there's a message there. Also, what Spirit is speaking of is duality, right? Duality. If we can't embrace our high vibrational side, or if we can't embrace our lower vibrating side, how are we going to truly embrace our high vibrational side? Because the more lessons we learn, right, the higher we vibrate, right? We're increasing our spiritual, our emotional, and our mental intelligence through experience. Without those experiences that created pain and shame, right, then we won't elevate. Some of us are still stuck in those experiences. And Spirit is saying all you got to do, or it serves your highest good to do, is choose to be done, right? Choose to stop judging yourself. We're not even going to talk about judging others, because when you're judging others, all you're really doing is judging parts of you that you see in them that you don't like, because we're all mirrors, right? We're all mirrors. If I don't like you, it's not you I don't like. It's you're showing me something about me that I don't like, right? I just heard it's time for you to get up off your butt and move. The shift is depending on you. You have a unique and special and powerful role to play. The time is now. It's no longer about procrastinating and waiting, right? Some of us, we make excuses. Oh, I don't have time. I'm too busy with work. I'm too busy with school, right? I don't have the money, right? I got too many bills, or I'm too broke, right? I don't have this and I don't have that. I can't. But it's not about what you don't have or what you can't do. It's about what you're refusing to do. Because remember, the world is yours. The world is yours. And I've shared with you all how when I was at a really low point in life and I started asking Spirit, what is my purpose? And I heard life coaching. I didn't wait to spring into action, right? I didn't wait. As soon as I heard life coaching, wasn't even meditating on that at the time, but I had been asking over and over again, what is my purpose? I know there's more to my life than suffering, right? What is my purpose? I really lost myself for a good period of time, right? I heard it. I opened my eyes. I jumped up and started looking for a school. Instantly started looking for a school. Now, when I found one, it was expensive. I was poor. I was so poor. I was poor, couldn't afford the OR, right? And I started saying, you know what? I'm probably going to have to go to school next year. Probably going to have to do it next year. But I have been living by the concept of thoughts being things, right? And I create my own reality since I was 17. So then I said to myself, Nahkila, what are you doing? What are you doing? No. Spirit said, this is what you're to do. You're doing it this year, period. And I started to tell myself, Spirit has me. I started to remember, right? A way will be made out of no way when I believe that it's possible, right? I went to school that year, finished that year, started my business that year, right? So Spirit is saying, if you're guided to it, you will definitely be provided with the tools and the researches resources to get through it, right? Why did researchers come up? I'm just being told to tell you because it's about you researching within what's holding you back. What's holding you back, right? What's holding you back from changing your life and claiming better and allowing yourself to have more? What's holding you back, right? Is it fear? Maybe, but what's underneath fear? Is it lack of worthiness, feeling unworthy? Maybe, right? Is it shame, not feeling like you're good enough or you deserve? Maybe, right? Stop judging yourself, right? And some of us, we're judging ourselves unconsciously. We aren't even aware. We think, oh, I got rid of that. I'm done with that. It's over and done. Some of us are judging ourselves because maybe we chose relationships that weren't healthy, right? And as a result, we suffer. But not only did we suffer, but maybe those that were depending on us, right? As children depending on us, or maybe family members we abandoned and neglected, right? Because we were so caught up in this unhealthy situation. Forgive yourself, right? Some of us may be judging ourselves because we took on a job and now we're suffering because we aren't happy. And we're thinking, how stupid was I? If only I had, right? Because Spirit gave us a warning sign. Anything that we do that doesn't serve our highest good, we're warned beforehand, but we have free will. And maybe sometimes we don't choose to do what Spirit guides us to do. And then we feel like we're suffering, but in reality, we're learning our lesson, right? Let it go. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself, right? Let's see what you all are saying. Hi, Coretta. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My mom said, I love guided meditation. And Phoenix Love said, confirmation, I will add more chanting to strengthen my meditation practice. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Charmaine said, I set intentions for a safe and protective day each morning on my way to work. I've noticed my days are better when I set intentions. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, you know what? Here's the thing. As I was reading that, I will tell you something. I'm going to take it back and say, when I said I don't set intentions, right? Because I protect myself every morning, right? I cleanse myself with sage. I create that auric field shield, right? And then I set an intention to protect whatever comes to me that's not of highest light and love, may it return to sender or wherever it's meant to go for cleansing, right? And then I also extend that to my children. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. That's my normal intention, right? To be protected and to not have anything come to me that isn't of highest light of love. That is an intention, right? But when we think in terms of intentions, it is more like what Charmaine spoke of, right? Being safe is one, right? And protective is another, right? Like that's cancel leave that. It's kind of like what I do every day. But here's the thing, when Spirit talks about intentions, what type of day are you having today, right? What type of day? In addition to our protection and our shielding, right? And having a good day, what are you choosing for your life today, right? Like be specific, right? Because we can choose to have a good day, but what does a good day look like for you, right? What does that look like? What does that feel like, right? So that's when Spirit is saying that's the intention that we're being called to add to our daily routines and rituals. Like literally, what am I choosing today? What can happen today where I not only feel at peace, where I not only feel like I'm doing my duty as a light worker, right? But where I just exude love and positive energy, right? What does that look like? So more along those lines. So adding that to what we're already doing. So Denise said, angel number 200 symbolized relationship with God and happy life. The divine forces have seen the growth of your faith and they want to award your, Angel number 200 symbolizes relationship with God and happy life. The divine forces have seen the growth of your faith and they want to award you with their guidance and help. And so it is. Perfect message in addition to what we're receiving. Thank you, Denise, for looking that up and sharing it. Phoenix Love said, true. This is my year of no excuses. Yes. No excuses. You know, excuses are just ways that we give ourselves permission to limit ourselves. That's it. It's the lazy way out. It's the easy way out. If I can make up an excuse why I can't do what Spirit is guiding me to do, right? Well, then I don't have to put in the work of being mindful of my thoughts. I don't have to put in the work of being mindful of my energy. I don't have to put in the work of making sure I'm focused and connecting, put in the work of making sure I'm being brave enough to follow the guidance I'm receiving. And I don't have to put in no action. I could just sit right where I am and complain because there's so much comfort in my discomfort. At least I know what this feels like. At least I know how to sit on my butt and complain. But what I don't know is how to live, right? How to be free, right? What I don't know is how to heal, how to release, right? But in reality, you do. Because everything that's good for you and good to you dwells right within your soul. It's just a matter of unpacking the junk and getting to it. And remembering who you are, right? Activating that divine wisdom within, right? So let's see. Our next message is dreams. And let's see. Coretta Davis, why did I say your whole name? Coretta said, I'm at work right now, and of all days, I choose to tune into this live. Okay, Spirit, I'm listening. I'm so grateful you're here. Victoria said, yep. Charmaine said, yes, confirmation. Cheryl said, thank you, Denise Nicole. Victoria said, we all serve a purpose in each other's lives, even those we disappoint. It is so true. And you know what? I saw a meme that says something very similar. Everyone in our life had a purpose, even those that hurt us, right? They all had a purpose. And we sometimes are the herder. Is that even a word? But we have a purpose in the lives of those we encounter, right? Victoria said, or no, Sandra said, I had already set my mind to ask you what more I need to add to my daily meditation routine, but you are answering it now. I'm so grateful. And you know what? Cancel, delete, need, right? What serves my highest good to add. And here's the thing. You guys hear me canceling, deleting lack words. I say this every week. Check the description box. It's located on every video. It's not in the chat. If you go out of the chat and go in the description, that everything starts with remembering the interactive ebook. It's free, but within that book, there's the lack language versus abundance language list so that you can begin speaking abundantly and shift those lack words for abundance, right? And then you'll just be even more powerful with your manifesting. So we got dreams. I just was told to say you're protected as you sleep. That feels really specific. That doesn't feel like a collective message, although we are protected as we sleep when we set that intention. But this feels like it's for someone. If that someone is you, let me know. So what is the message here for us as a collective? Okay. So I'm hearing your dreams are showing you the way to life. Your dreams are showing you the way to who you are. Your dreams will show you what you're being called to heal. But this isn't your typical dream. This is your daydreams. Those dreams that occur during meditation. It's time for you to clear the clutter by healing your past and allow yourself to receive the blueprint of your life, the life that you mapped out before you got here. You are on a mission. You are not here just to be here. You are not merely existing. Your existence is powerful and purposeful. It really is time to get to work. Is there anything else? Your angels are with you. And then I'm hearing that thing again, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. And what Spirit is saying is, what that means is, what would you do if you could do anything? What would you do if you could do anything? What would you do if there were no limitations? What would you do if failure didn't exist? The reality of it is you can do anything. There are no limitations, and failure does not exist. So while you're asking yourself, what would you do? Start telling yourself what you could do, what you can do, what you will do, and then do. There's steps and stages, right? Sometimes you can choose to just skip right through I could, I would, I should to I am, right? I do, right? I did, right? And I keep doing. This is a repetitive cycle that must be broken, is what I'm hearing. A repetitive cycle that must be broken. Oh man, sometimes the messages come through more as feelings, and it's like, I'm feeling this like so deep and so strong. Like, do we even know how powerful we are? Do we? Like, okay, year of no excuses, right? That's what you said, Phoenix, right? Year of no excuses. So what would happen if we all set the intention right now, today, right? 2020 is the year, right? The year of no limits. The year of no limits. You guys got to excuse my silly, but no limit, get it? Okay, but anyways, what if we just set that as our intention? The year of no limits. My guides are silly too, so yeah. So anyways, if we just set that as our intention, the year of no limits, right? So what that means is, that doesn't mean we about to go jump off of a building and say there ain't no limits, I'm about to fly. That's not what it means. I'm being extreme right now. I'm being silly and extreme. But what it means is if spirit tells you this serves your highest good, right? Do it. Do it with unwavering faith. If you're going to waver in the faith and the resources aren't there, don't do it. Don't do it. But if you are committed to being in unwavering faith, and if spirit says, right, not me, not your mama, not your daddy, not your significant other, right, not even you, but if spirit guides you to it, and as I say, not even you, it's always like that not even you, but you and spirit are one and the same, right? But do it. Let's make it a year of no limits. I'm telling you, when you get to that point where you make that commitment, where you will take action, right? When spirit guides you to do so, and you allow your unwavering faith in the divine, right? Be stronger than any human hangups that you may have. This is when you become aligned and tuned and a magnet for miracles and magic to occur in every area of your life. That's my everyday intention. That's my everyday choice. That's my everyday mood, right? My everyday commitment. I'm human, right? I am the divine having a human experience. So those human hangups do come into play, but I am so committed to allowing my commitment and taking action based on the guidance I receive from the divine to be stronger than any human hangup. And so it is. That's how I live my life. And I have not been let down. I have not been disappointed yet. Yet. It takes practice, right? It takes practice focusing your thoughts, focusing your mind, being grounded, centered, right? In that unwavering faith, that belief. But in order to get there, we've got to shed those feelings of unworthiness. Because if I don't feel worthy, whether it's conscious or unconsciously, well, then I don't really believe that the divine is going to show up for me. This is why we must heal from our traumas, right? From birth to 7, sometimes past life, because sometimes in traumas from birth to 7, we brought them in from past lives, heal from those things, right? So our vibration is different. Because consciously, we can say all day long what we're choosing or what we'd rather have or be or do. But if we're vibrating at that same frequency, well, then we're attracting that same experience, right? So in order to get there, we've got to unpack the trauma. We've got to heal. We've got to release, right? Then it's easy. then it's easy. Guide me, spirit. Show me the way. Sign me up, sign me up. So let's see what y'all are saying. So Angel, is it Angel or Angel? And you know what? You don't need anything, my beautiful sister. It just serves your highest good. Serves your highest good. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Charmaine said, loving this message for my dream. Loving this message for daydreams and meditation dreams resonates so much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Victoria said, possibly me. Phoenix said, this is so spot on for me. I'm grateful. Denise said, dream card. Since I set up my ancestral altar, I've had many dreams of my mother and feeling she is with me. I have chills right now. Oh my gosh. Let me pull it in. Feeling she's with me. There is so much power in dreams. I'm starting to dream journal so I don't miss the messages. So, we talked about that, right? And it's so beautiful because your mother is really visiting you. Oftentimes our passed on loved ones, they'll come visit us in our dreams, right? Because it's just easier, right? We're sitting still because we sleep. We ain't doing nothing. Our mind isn't all over the place, right? And then sometimes it's also easier for us to receive them in the dream state as opposed to them just like standing over us like, hey, what you doing? How you doing? You know what I mean? So beautiful. So beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What I'd like you to do also is when you go to sleep at night, and this is for everyone, right? Protect yourself before sleep, right? Protect yourself before sleep as well. What I'm being told to tell you, for me, I keep my altars in my room because I have a cat and Ganesh isn't allowed unattended in my room, right? But especially when we have those altars, they're portals, right? They're portals. So just oftentimes make sure you're setting that intention that only the energies or entities that you're welcoming in of highest light and love, and specify who they are allowed in, right? And then make sure you're protecting yourself just morning and night, at the start of your day, at the end of your day. Protection and meditation starting in. And if you feel led to do more in between, great, but at least make those two starting and ending points a part of your daily. Okay, so now we have entrapment. And what is this about? We also have the number 7. Pat said, wow, that's my intention. Angel said, no limits, baby. I got this. Yes, you do. And so it is. Alatha said, my dreams have been very all over and a couple were disturbing. I had one last night that woke me up with my heart pounding. Okay, you know what? I'm so, Phoenix said, no limit soldiers. Yes. Yep. Alatha, I'm so glad that you said that, because here's the thing. I'm going to put this card down for a minute. I'm going to address this. I'm really glad you brought that up, because what I've been noticing lately is there will be times where I'll be meditating, and when I'm like super deep, it's almost like I'm in a whole different realm. It feels like you're asleep, but you're aware, right? I'm not aware of necessarily what's going on in the 3D, but I'm definitely receiving spirit. And then every now and then I'll hear some really weird message come through, right? Some really weird message come through that doesn't sound like it's spirit, right? And I'll be like, wait, hold up. I'll snap myself out of it real quick, gather up my guides of protection, highest light and love, and push whatever that was out, right? I've had someone who had a dream and was given a message, and I share this with you all, the Fallen Angel deck, right? A dream about that, and was guided to get that deck. Oftentimes when we're in that state, right, we are so vulnerable, right? Our guards are down because we're so in tune with that connection that if we don't have those spiritual firewalls up, that's an opportune time for things that are not of highest light and love to attempt to penetrate. So this is why it's important, right, to not just protect when we're starting our day and ending our day, but if we're going to sit down and connect and meditate and allow ourselves to be open to receive, again, we're opening portals. So it's so important that we're meditating, or that we're protecting first, right? Okay, so what I'm being told is you are safe, you are protected, but it's so important to amplify your protection during these times when you are open, right? So also what was coming through as well, my mom and I, we talked about this, and we've been talking about the collective shift. I believe we touched on this last week, and how we've all kind of been feeling that there's a shift, and we've been feeling it's a positive shift, and we've just been like, I can feel it. I know I've been feeling it for almost at least a year and a half, right? Like, okay, I feel it, spirit. I feel it, spirit. But just like, the sun rises and falls, and the moon, although it's always out, but still, you see what I'm saying? Everything that goes up must come down. So this collective shift is happening, and the light is now becoming very apparent, right? And so that other side is like, we feel it too. So what can we do to keep them out of their light space, right? So they're doing everything they can to shift the collective energy, right? So a lot of that chaos that we're feeling that is difficult to shut my mind off, some of it is definitely our ascension, but some of it is all the chaos that's going on behind the scenes, all the energy that's being put in, making sure that the high vibes don't get the upper hand, right? So Spirit is telling us to send that loving energy, those loving vibes, that love wave just to the world, right? To the world. And to show love and light and compassion for those that would rather destroy us for vibing high, right? For vibing high. And so in reality, you know what Spirit just said? This is the concept of turning the other cheek, right? It doesn't mean, like back in the day when Malcolm or Martin and his followers were sitting there and getting spit on or hosed down or hit, and they're just sitting there nonviolent. That's not what it means. What it means is when someone says, I hate you, you say, I love you, right? I love you. I love you. And that saying, I hate you doesn't have to be verbally. It can be energetically, right? It can be through their actions, right? You just send that love. You don't allow anyone or anything to harden your heart, right? So that's how we turn the other cheek, right? We turn the other cheek in terms of there's a duality in everything, right? So if this is the cheek you're showing me and it's hate, I'm going to show you that other cheek, which is love, right? Okay. So let's see what you all are saying. Pat said, wow, that's my intention, to be so in tune with spirit that I act without doubting. Yes. And here's the thing. Even when you are extremely in tune with spirit, right? The doubt dissipates because the spirit will show up, but sometimes you'll still feel fear. Sometimes you'll still feel nerves. Sometimes you'll still be like, that while you're doing it, right? But allow that unwavering faith to remain, that spirit has you. And when you feel those things coming, right? Because the more in tune you are, you can feel emotions that don't belong, and you can counteract them, knock them out the box, right? Phoenix said, I'm in tears because my mom just ascended in October and she visited twice in my dreams. They feel so real. It's been difficult. And you know what? That is definitely your mom coming to see you. And this is what I used to do when my grandmother transcended. I used to tell her, Momo, I miss you. Come visit me in my dreams. And she would. When she passed away, I'm horrible at mailing things, like cards and stuff. And so I had a card for her, and I never mailed it. So I wrote her a letter and told her she can come visit me anytime, and just shared a moment with her, and buried it with her. It's in her casket with her. And so literally, I opened my dream state to connect with her and my grandfather, Also, what I'd like to share with you is on the channel, I have a video, and this is for anyone who could use it. It's a grief exercise. It's an NLP grief exercise. And I did this exercise myself, and it makes a world of difference. It replaces that sadness with their transcending, and to where all you have are those positive memories, and you feel the love and the gratitude, and the sadness is gone. So check it out. I believe it's under guided meditation. I believe so. And Jill said, that's how my meditation, I feel like I'm ascending from where I'm at physically to this place that looks like endless hallways of light. I'm in the center of it all and hear the voice of doubt. So I instantly heard unworthiness, that feeling of unworthiness. And it may be an unconscious thing, but you being in this place of light and to feel doubt, it's like you don't feel like you belong. So it's time for you to heal whatever is the root cause of those feelings of unworthiness so that you can know this is where I belong. Because in that light, there's several messages for you. There's guidance for you. There's so many things there in that light, in that hallway for you. So many options, so many scenarios. But until you're able to release that feeling of unworthiness, you're going to always be in there and not receive what you're there to receive. I'm hearing one doorway also leads to the Akashic records. So let's see. Angel said, but I'm still and keep pressing towards the light. Good, good. And that's the concept. Keep going, keep going. Victoria said static. Pat said, yes, lots of distraction to keep us from doing the work. Yes, yes. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Phoenix. So entrapment. Okay. I'm just being told there are so many entities, things, people that will attempt to entrap you. And it's coming through like if you got arrested, we're just going to say you got arrested for spreading light, right? And you're sitting in there and you're being questioned, or, you know, they're showing you all these things, or they're telling you that, you know, the one person you thought had your back really don't, right? And you know how the rule of thumb is attorney, right? I like to speak with my attorney, right? Well, in this case, your attorney is spirit, right? So sometimes those entrapment comes in the form of self, right? You may be the one putting yourself in those positions, right? It could be the one you love. But at the end of the day, no matter what comes through, right, is that unconscious trauma speaking, right? I like to speak to my attorney. Let me consult spirit. Let me consult my highest self. Is this my soul speaking, or is this my trauma speaking, right? Is this my 3D self having a human experience speaking, or is this my divine self speaking, right? I'm not buying in to anything I'm hearing or feeling until I consult spirit, my higher self, my soul, right? Right? Okay. What I'm hearing is oftentimes truth is masked. I'm hearing both by lies and with lies, right? Sounds so like duh, right? But it's the truth. It's the truth. When you unmask a lie, underneath it is the truth, right? Underneath it's the truth. But what Spirit is telling us to do is dissect what is the lie for, right? Why is the lie being told, right? Oftentimes it's control. Let's just break it down to like something that we've all probably experienced at one point in time, whether it was middle school, high school, or yesterday. A cheating significant other, right? Why do they lie? Because they like to control the situation. If they tell us the truth, right, then chances are we may leave. We may not be there for them. They won't be able to use us for their benefit, right? Right? So they're lying to us to control us. So Spirit is saying, step in your power, you control you, and take the mask off of the lie and stop replaying that same narrative in your own mind. How do you do that? You heal on an unconscious level. This is going to be the forever solution, right? And then when you heal what's at the root, you maintain that healing. I tell you guys, every Wednesday at 9 a.m. my time, I meet with Jillian for my healing, my energy healing, right? Because not only am I taking on my own things just from day-to-day life, but I'm also taking on things from those that I serve. So it's so important for me to make sure my energy is clear and free of anything that's not of me as in my soul, right? My higher self, right? So that I can be top notch spiritually, mentally, emotionally, right? And even physically. Because when we have those energetic blocks, they create physical blocks. So once you heal and release, you got to maintain, right? You got to maintain. Serves your highest good to do so. Otherwise, you'll revert back or stay stagnant, right? And it's all about growth. It's all about lessons and blessings. That does not end. As long as there's breath in this body, it's going to continue and continue and continue. And it's up to us to allow it. We can say, okay, whoa, Nelly, that's enough. I'm ready to stop now. Right? We can say that, but I wouldn't recommend it. Mm-mm. Pull a charm. Okay. I'm being told to pull a charm. And let me see what time it is. Oh, it's 2:35. We are right on time. Let's see. Victoria said, Akashic Records. Akashic Records, tell me more. Everything about your soul, who you have ever been, is in the Akashic Records. Everything about your mission, your journey, your past, present, and future is there. And your level of openness, your level of healing, releasing, helps you go deeper and deeper into those records. My beautiful Aunt Linda said, almost every night I dream about Momo and Popo, siblings, and myself at different times of our youth, all the way to our adulthood. I feel like it's because my sister is leaving in a lot of changes. And, you know, one of the things that I've been receiving also, and I've been sharing it with my mom for you, and she seems to think you'll never do it, but is you guys moving down south. I know you have children and grandchildren that you'd rather not leave, and they're welcome to come too, but there's always visiting. But retiring there would be very, 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 very good for you and my uncle. Okay, you guys, we got the cat. This cat just keeps on showing up. What's the message? Why do we get the cat today? I'm being told to tell you, study cats and bring some of that into who you are, right? I'm specifically, I'm being told they're very alert and aware, but they're quiet and observant, right? They're very sleek and intentional. They're also very loving, right? And forgiving. They're also very matter of fact and to the point, is what Spirit is also telling me. The nature of a cat is very powerful. But yet, they don't have to be recognized for their power. Oftentimes they are not, right? The power of a cat is felt through their love, right? Through their love. So that's the message here. And you know what's so funny? Because you know, the Egyptians worshipped, you know, cats were looked at, you know, as worship worthy, right? And here's the thing: when I'm holding Ganesh, my fur baby's name is Ganesh, and when he's purring, it's like I feel like he's giving me Reiki right through his purrs, and his love is powerful because it feels like healing energy. So Spirit is saying your love is your most powerful asset, and the first person to extend that to is you. First person, you, right? Everything else comes second and last. You come first. You come first. And I'm being told to tell you, love yourself more. There's nothing that exists outside of you. Nothing. Not the limitations, not the fears, not the doubts, not the worry, not the stress. It's all about a choice. You can choose different right now. Right now. What would you rather have, right? What would you rather have? Also, I'd like to invite you to this year, don't speak in terms of the way your current reality is, if it's not aligned with what you'd rather have. Speak of it as if what you'd rather have is here in the now. Start shifting that. Start shifting that. You know, oftentimes we'll say, oh, I'm broke, I can't do this, but, you know, when my money's right, you know, I'm gonna go to that concert. I'm gonna buy that whatever, right? I'm gonna invest in my healing, right? Instead, I am abundant in all areas of my life. Money is an energy, and I have more than enough, right? I have more than enough. The more I have, the more I'm able to give, right? And then start allowing yourself to see yourself in that abundant state. What would you do with these resources, right? How would you serve self and others, right? So, yeah. Okay, let's see what you all are saying. My beautiful aunt said, I know. Yeah, it does, Pat. It really does. It does. So that's our collective message for today. And as I say that, Spirit is saying to pull one more card for us as a collective. And then what I'll do is go ahead and open our live for those of you that are interested in the $20 mini reads. If you're interested, let me know in the comments so I'll know and I won't get off. You know, I'll know and I'll share the link with you. So we got a blessing. Oh, look at Spirit. A blessing on your love. A blessing on your love. And wait, and then our T message, let's just revisit the message. You will always live happy if you live with heart, right? Look at that. Turning that other cheek, a blessing on your love. So what Spirit is saying, you know, oftentimes when we love, look, my rings match the card too. Oftentimes when we love, we feel vulnerable, right? Oftentimes we feel like opening our heart to give love, we feel vulnerable. Spirit is saying when you can love yourself first, right? Unwavering love for self, then it really won't matter what you receive or don't receive in return. Because the only time love feels vulnerable is when there's empty spaces within. So we're looking for a source outside of self to fill us with that love we don't already feel within. Right? But when we're filled with self-love, we can give love without expecting anything in return, right? Because oftentimes those that we're called to give that extra love to are those that don't love themselves. So if they don't love themselves, they're not capable of loving you, me, or anybody else, right? Now, of course, we're called to give love to everyone, everything, right? But Spirit is saying, love you first. Be so filled up with self-love that everything else is just literally icing on the cake, right? Icing on the cake. You're so full. Like think of a cake. It's so squishy and moist and delicious and yummy. And then you put that drizzle, that I'm thinking like a glaze. You just pour that glaze icing on. See, I'm all hungry now because I've been intermediate fasting. It's 2:42. I get to eat at 2 o'clock. Y'all, I got my kind bar right here. But yeah, that frosting is just extra, right? It's just extra. Yeah. So that's the message. I know I be all randomly all over the place, but you guys are following me, right? Right? So Angel said, yes, indeed. Thank you. You are so welcome. So welcome. And also, here's the thing, too. I like to share this with all of you before we get into the mini reads. So I was led by Spirit to do something that I don't believe I've ever been led to do when it comes to the mentorship, right? Because it's life-changing. It's priceless. I can say that without doubt because it's Spirit-led, right? If you do the work, I guarantee the results. But Spirit has led me to create a special offering. So that offering is going on right now for a limited time, but also in order for you and I to connect, the consultations are now 2020. $20.20. They're normally $111 for the consultation. So I've already put it in the comments, not here in the chat, but in the comment of this video, and it's pinned. So if you take a look, you'll be able to click the link to schedule the consultation, and then you'll use code READY, READY, and it'll go from $111 to $20.20, because 2020 is all about us taking action and about you and I connecting to see what path serves your highest good. How can I serve you, right? If you've gotten the okay from spirit, schedule the consultation. If you haven't, meditate on it. Like if you haven't even thought of it or haven't even asked, meditate on it. If spirit says go for it, schedule the consultation. Let's connect and let's see how I can serve you so we can begin this healing journey together, okay? It's a 30-minute consultation, and you and I will connect, and spirit will guide us on which program best serves your highest good, okay? So if you're interested in that, make sure you schedule the consultation, all right? So now, enough of me talking. Let's get into the mini readings. If anyone is interested, let me know. And while I'm waiting to know if you're interested, I'm gonna eat a bit of my kind bar. I'm doing the intermediate fasting, so 16 hours of fasting. So please excuse me for eating on, but we're family. My beautiful aunt said, "You are such a beautiful shining light." Thank you, my sweetness. Thank you, my beautiful aunt. I appreciate you. That means so much to me. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for joining and allowing me to serve you. I appreciate you. And those of you that are over on Facebook, join over here on YouTube, because this is where we get together for the live chat. If you're commenting, I don't see it during the live, but join us over here. I love you too, my beautiful sister. You have a good day too. And Joe, you have a wonderful day too. And thank you for joining. I'm just going to eat my kind bar. Talk to me, you guys. Cheryl, Alata, you guys have been awfully quiet today. How are you feeling? Cheryl, can we send Cheryl some energy as well, some healing energy, so that whatever she's feeling coming on, it leaves quickly? My beautiful aunt said, I'm here in California just smiling. You're so welcome, Pat. Thank you so much for joining. And, you know, I thank you, my aunt, for all that you've done for me and the role you've played in my life. You know, everything has helped me get right here. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, you guys also, now we're just going to chat for a while. As you guys trickle out, I'm going to wait to see if anyone's interested in the $20 mini reading. We'll just have chat time. So excuse me again for eating. But so I've been getting requests about the food that I cook, right? And oftentimes I'll share videos on Snapchat of what I'm making. I'll sometimes do little videos while I'm cooking it. But yesterday I made this quinoa salad. It had red cabbage, carrots, red bell pepper, red onion, purple onion, you know. And I made this peanut sauce, right? So delicious. And I roasted some chickpeas, and it had cilantro, and squeezed some lime. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And it was so healthy, so like protein packed, right? And so I discovered that I can actually upload the video from Snapchat to YouTube. So I did. It's a really quick video because it was a snap. But what I did was I pinned the recipe in the comments. So I'll probably be doing that a little more often, because I've gotten a few requests. People are like, well, what do you make as a vegan? You know, I'm a foodie. I love food. It has to taste good. So I'm going to start doing that. So just if you see these little random short videos, that's all. I've had people request it. And so I'm going to oblige. And then on the ones where I'm not looking at a recipe for it, what I'll do is still share with you like the ingredients and what I did. But this one was literally a link from Pinterest. So, my beautiful aunt said, I saw your salad. Alaka said, I'm here. Remember, this is my laundry and runaround day. Only day I work from home. I felt your energy. I knew you were still here. I just felt like reading your comment. Let's see. My mom said I plan to make the salad tomorrow. Alana said I sent you payments for 3. So you're donating 3 readings? Well, let me read it because you said you sent a message, so I'm going to look. Hi, Tahira. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you so much, Alata. I'm reading the message now because if you sent the message there and not here, I'm going to read it here. Let's see. Alata said, yeah, girl, I'm here. My laptop and my phone, so I won't miss anything. Well, I'm glad you're here. What? Why is this making me log in like this? We're not doing it the long way. We're going to do it how we always do it. They're asking me to pick pictures to show I'm not a robot. You guys remember Small Wonder? Anybody remember that show? So you know how we're always talking about our inner child and on the most recent tips and tools, right? One of the things that we were focused on doing was visualizing. And I had shared if you have a difficult time visualizing, then that could be an indication that you're more disconnected from your inner child than is healthy, right? That serves you. And so one of the ways that I connect to my inner child is I watch on YouTube, like shows from back when I was a kid. And Small Wonder was one of the shows I used to watch that I used to really like. So let's see. Alata, I'm looking for your message. Okay. So Tahira, Kamaya. So Kamaya, are you on? I love you too, my beautiful aunt. Okay. Thank you, Alata. Thank you. Okay. Let's get logged out of here. All right. I'm going to take one more bite. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to take 2 bites in one. You know what's funny? During this intermediate fasting, I don't usually get hungry until later anyway. But it's like my brain knows, oh, you're fasting. Let's be hungry. It's mental. I pushed through. Kimia. Okay. Kimia. Okay. So originally, a lot thought I was going to do you first because you're the one who paid for them. But I'm being told to do Tahira first. So Tahira, do you have a question or would you like a general? I'm just gonna wait until you let me know. And thank you guys so much, those of you that are still on. Somebody just got on and joined us. Is that Kimia? Okay, a general. Okay. All righty. So, what message do you have for Tahira today? I was just told to tell her you got it going on. What you know that Lil Kim and Biggie song? That's how it came through. I was just told to tell you that. So you got it going on. What? Messages for Tahira today. I'm being told to tell you, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Speak your truth. Even to those you're used to backing down to. I'm being told to tell your mom how you really feel. Because it was coming through kind of like in a roundabout way. And it's just tell your mom how you really feel. You have a lot going for you, and your mom's really proud of you. But the deeper you step into your womanhood, you'll gain that power and respect that you crave, right? And it's not that you're not a woman, but it's coming through like sometimes you feel like you're treated kind of like a baby in a way, or at least less than the maturity level that you feel you're at. But it requires you to shift some things about how you act and how you behave. And when you shift that, the reactions towards you will shift. It's not that you don't have it in you, it's more or less a respect thing in your eyes. But Spirit is saying you can still be respectful and stand firm in your womanhood. You have so many decisions that are being placed in your lap, and it's okay to disagree and do what you feel serves your highest good. You don't have to do what's suggested or feel guilt about not. And it's not like you're being made to feel that way. It's more like an internal thing, right? It's more like it's an internal thing. It's not like I'm being told to tell you sometimes as mothers, we tend to overstep our bounds out of love, right? We forget that our children are not children anymore. And it's not anything that we're doing consciously. It's just the nature of motherhood until we realize that it's not serving a purpose and we choose to stop. But sometimes that point will get here quicker if you choose to start, right? Start showing up as the beautiful woman you are. You have so many gifts and talents. Which one resonates with you the most? I'm being able to tell you, don't throw your life away over dreams you feel will not come true, can't come true, right? But how it's coming through is throwing your life away would be you believing that certain things can't come true, certain things can't happen. If you liked a celebrity stylist, do it. When you're working with energy and magic, there's nothing that you can't do, right? And that magic starts with your belief. That magic starts with you clearing the clutter. Remember the message that came through earlier? Clear the clutter so you can be guided. Set the intention. You have so many things that you can do, but whatever you do, you will be a light in the midst of those you serve. An unexpected light. And I'm hearing like a fly on the wall listening. So I literally see you in a situation where it's like someone is talking right? And it's in a work situation, like you are your own business, right? Serving, doing what you do, but someone is talking and they're just like negative and they're having a bad day and they just like, and you're listening, and then you gently, I hear like a gentle voice coming from you. You just start kicking light to them, that knowledge of light and that life. You start speaking life to them, and they're looking at you like an alien because to you it's so simple what you just said. It's so simple what you just shared, but they're surrounded by yes men and women and tend to be around people that vibrate as low as them or lower, right? So this is what I'm saying for your future is that whatever you do that may not seem like light work or feel like light work, you're still going to be a light within your field, right? And you'll be rewarded with all the material gain that comes with this realm, this 3D realm, as a result of your belief and as a result of you spreading light no matter what. Okay, I'm hearing don't unzip your pants too soon. Wait it out. You have more to offer. Don't put yourself in a situation of disappointment. You can and will thrive in whatever, but if you move too fast, you may miss the point and the mark. You may see things that aren't there. You may make up scenarios and go with it. So allow yourself to wait. Just be patient. What's for you is for you. Nothing can change that. Focus on what you're here to do. And then I'm hearing the song, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. Make those calls is what I'm being told to tell you. Make those calls. No more procrastinating. And no more minimizing yourself or your talents. You're really special. I just heard, how could you not be? You are free to explore. Really explore who you are. Your circumstances don't limit you. Only you can do that. I'm also being told to tell you the right one is coming. But don't look for it. Just live, let live, and flow. Right now, you're to focus on your goals. I'm being told to tell you it doesn't mean you have to be celibate. It just means focus. And if you cannot not be celibate and focus, then be celibate. But if you can focus, then do what you feel. But make sure your emotions are intact because that'll hinder your growth when you're sad, when you're down. And make sure you're guided even in those types of situations. You are very highly intuitive. Just follow it. It'll all work out. Greater later. And this is coming through as if you thought something was one thing and it's not. Like it greater later. There's never a loss. You're on point with your assumptions. So stop doubting yourself. And I'm being told to also eat more greens. And it's coming through like green vegetables. And I'm being told to tell you, reach out for that shake every now and then too. And it's coming through like a protein shake. Get healthy internally. It's not about the external. Okay, I was told that's all. That's your message. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. Let me know how that resonated. There was some really, when I first heard the zipper thing, I'm like, what? That's like what? But then it started to come through as something else. Oh yeah, the song. I'll have to say, yeah, tell me. Um, okay, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Sandra. Oh, you are so welcome. I love you too. I love you too. So there was a lot of different things that came through. So yeah, but thank you. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. So Alatha, you are next. And let me see. Kimia. How was I was saying Kimaya at first, huh? Kimia. Alatha, you're next. And then is Kimia on? Because if Kimia is not on, then Sandra, I'll do you next until she gets on. Oh, skip to Sandra? Okay. Okay. You guys, you know what? You know how they say don't get high off your own supply? Well, this is from my inventory. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually buy a separate stash of sage for my personal use, because every time I take from my inventory, then I got to go in and recalibrate the count in the system, let my VA know so she can switch it. I took out a Florida water too, and I didn't tell her so she could update the inventory. Even with my bath salts, I create my batch out of my inventory. My twin flame brought me gifts, and they were thoughtful gifts. And since I take sacred baths, one of the things in the bunch was bath salts, right? And so I sent the energy to them, and I was like, "Yay! Now I don't have to take from my supply." Okay. Okay. So, Sandra, how can I best serve my husband? He always seems so disappointed. I don't know what else to do to make him feel appreciated. Okay, I'm not gonna, I was gonna talk to you, but I'm just gonna give you from spirit. You know, I don't combine me and spirit when delivering the messages, unless I'm told to. So I'm just gonna give you the message from spirit. So what would you like me to tell Sandra about that? I'm being told to tell you you can best serve him by serving you. It's important for you to understand that he has to heal things within him. His happiness is not dependent on you. You could be just as perfect, whole, and complete as you are. And if he's unhappy, he'll still be unhappy. But what he's doing is a reflection of you. His vibe matches your vibe. So it's about you healing and serving yourself. So that way you can shift your vibration, and he'll have the option to rise up and match your vibration or stay where he is. But the first thing to release is thinking that you have any control over his happiness. Suggest that he begin meditating. Suggest that he prays. Suggest that he begins getting in touch with the things internally that are bothering him. What did he experience from childhood? There's something he went through that he's holding on to, and he's not sharing it with you. Whatever you know, you have no idea there's even more. There's something that he's ashamed to share, and it's affected him his whole life. But now is a time for him to rise up, heal, and be the man that he's called to be on a soul level. So you being here is no coincidence. It's not just to serve you, it's also to serve him by you sharing with him the things you're learning about increasing your faith in your spiritual self. But it's still up to him. So the way you can serve your husband is by first serving yourself. Heal you. Be his example, his living, breathing example. And let him see the changes and the shift in your peace, your happiness. And if he's ready, he'll be motivated and he'll naturally gravitate towards what you're doing. He'll ask you what you're doing. Share with tact. A man doesn't like to feel controlled. He doesn't like to feel guided or directed. Okay. And then I'm hearing, although the man is the head of the household, the woman is still very much so powerful in the fact that she's a nurturer, she's a comforter. And the way that we lead is very soft, gentle, and subtle, which is what makes us even more powerful. So it's not about telling him what he should do or could do or would do. It's about being that example, talking to him with gentle love and kindness. Sometimes you can be a little harsh with your words. It's just out of frustration. You just like things to get on track, be on track. You see so much potential in him and you and him as a unit. But it's about releasing the fear. It's also about being willing to accept whatever may be. It's not to say that it's not going to work, but when you can let go of expectations, then you can move freely from your soul. When you have a fear or an expectation, you limit the way you're able to move because you're always thinking about how your steps and actions are going to affect not just him, but the union in general. When you release all that and you serve you and you heal you and you allow the divine to guide you, what's meant to be will be. Stand in that truth, stand in that power, stand in that faith, believe. Your husband loves you, but now it's time for him to love him. One day, just tell him randomly, it's not your fault. You are perfect, whole, and complete. I love you. Forgive yourself. Forgive those that hurt you. And when he's sleeping, place your hand on his chest. And if he's on his stomach, on his back, where his heart chakra is. And just think in your mind, send him messages energetically, come into the light. Heal, release, come into the light. This is how you can help him. It's not over for the two of you, but your focus must be on you first. Right now, it's about energy. Right now, it's about meeting him in the 5D, meeting him in terms of connecting to his higher self, not so much talking to him in the 3D in his human state. I'm also feeling lots of heart chakra stuff start to come up as I'm giving you this message. I'm being told to tell you to release fear and sadness, but I heard sadness first and then fear. What's meant to be will be, but it's not your responsibility. Just focus on you and do those things. Everything will be perfect, and as it will be. No need to push. Also send your self energy to your own heart chakra because you too are holding on to some trauma that you haven't released. And it's not coming from him per se. Oh, he's reflected or mimicked the trauma you experienced or dealt with or felt in the past. It's all about vibrational frequency. You both are seeking more, but you don't really know how to get there. Well, these are the first steps. You'll be fine. Gentle, slow, and steady. Don't push. Okay. So, Sandra, that is your message. That's your message. Start doing those things that Spirit just recommended you do, and then come back and let me know how you notice things are shifting, right? Whether he's open, to meditating and praying and, more if he's already doing it. Also by sending him that energy, pay attention to how he usually wakes up, right? And then pay attention to how he starts to wake up, right? Just channel that divine energy. Just call on highest light and love energy and just allow yourself to be a channel for it and just send it to him. And then start to notice how different he becomes as a result at the start of his day, and let me know what you notice, okay? Well, I'm not saying it. Spirit is saying it. So I like to explore when you say you're over it. What does that look like? How did you get over it? What does that look like? Right? Because oftentimes we experience trauma and we do feel over it. I was one of those people that felt over it, right? But even though we may be over it in the conscious state, unconsciously, we may still be holding on to it, or there may still be some residue, right? So until you are able to release from that unconscious point, and if spirit is saying it, then that means that there's still something there, right? It may not be like where you're just wearing your trauma like a coat, a winter coat, right? But if spirit is bringing it up, then it's something to explore. It's something to explore. So yeah. So just, meditate on it. And one of the things that I do when I meditate is I call on my healing angels and my healing guides of highest light and love. And I thank them for helping me to heal and release all of the things that I'm both consciously and unconsciously aware of. I can't tell you how many times I thought, oh, I'm over that. That doesn't affect me. It's done. It's a wrap. But yet spirit will bring it up in some other way, shape, or form. But the root of it stemmed from that trauma that I thought I was over it, right? So for instance, one of the things most recently that I've been sharing is that when it comes to the rest of my life, down to a science, right? But what I found as I'm reconnected with my twin flame is that when it comes to love, I didn't realize that I was still operating from a place of the trauma I had healed, right? And I healed it from an unconscious level, but yet there was residue that was showing up in this area. And because I wasn't dealing with that area on a day-to-day, I didn't even know it was there, right? So it's not to say like it's this huge thing, but if spirit says it, I'm going to bet my life and my bottom dollar that there's still something there that spirit is prompting you to explore. Okay. And you can simply, like I say, just call on your divine spirit team to show you whatever spirit is referring to show you. Right. Yeah. 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 So, but thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. I appreciate it so much. Kamaya said, or wait, let me stop saying Kamaya. Kamia said, I'm making a lot of changes to better myself. I recently decided to put more energy into a relationship so I'm more healthy for both of us. Is this a good direction for us? Okay, can you slow down, please? Por favor, because that's just too much at one time. I ain't gonna be able to repeat all that. This is for Kamia. You're so welcome, Sandra. Thank you. Thank you. And come back next Wednesday. Come back next Wednesday. Okay, wait. So whose energy is this that I'm feeling right now? Okay. So Kamia, I'm feeling some things going on in the it's like at the bottom of the solar plexus, upper sacral, and then the whole sacral. A lot that said I've recently learned that trauma is caught in the physical as well as mental and emotion. Often we mentally and emotionally over the situation. However, it can show up other actions and we can claim it to be just who we are. Yeah. So you know what? I'm going to get back to you, Camilla, but I'm glad a lot that said that. Sandra, are you still on? I'm glad you said that because here's the thing. Often too, a lot of times it's energetic, right? The thing that we're to understand is, like for me, I've shared this a lot, but some of you, this may be your first time. My biggest thing to heal was abandonment, right? Now, I was severely abused by my brother's father, right? But he and my mom got married when I was 6, and the abuse didn't start until I was about 8. So you would think that being abused mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, that would have been my big trauma, right? But it wasn't. It was the abandonment. My parents got divorced when I was 3. My dad was like 19 when he had me. My mom was 20. They were young. They were babies. So my dad was focused on work. He didn't know how to be a dad, and he abandoned me, right? That's where my trauma was, right? So at that point, I started vibrating at the frequency of believing that people that I love will abandon me. So it showed up in all my relationships. It showed up in my friendships. It showed up in job situations. I would give my all in friendships. I would give my all, my everything, right? And I would be abandoned in many different ways because I was believing that when we're that age, birth to 7, it sticks. So the abuse that started at 8 was so much worse than a father who said, I'm coming to get you, and then not show up, and you don't hear from him until the next time you say coming and not show up. But that was where my trauma was, right? Now we fast forward, I went through my healing and I healed it. I was focused on certain things, right? Focused on certain things. I didn't even realize that I was still carrying some of that energy, some of that residue energetically until I came into union with my twin flame. And there were certain things where I would be like, Spirit, I asked you to show me what else I could heal. Really? I thought I was over this, right? And here's the other kicker. Let's fast forward or rewind even further back. When I had my timeline regression therapy done, right? It revealed the abandonment didn't even start with my dad. It started in a past life where I was engaged and my fiance cheated on me with my best friend and they both abandoned me. So here I am vibrating at this frequency of abandonment and I'm carrying it into this life and manifested parents that abandoned me, right? It was energy. So part of my healing was not only to heal it from an unconscious point, but also to heal it from an energetic point, right? So it's a combination, like Alatha said, it's a combination. So yeah, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I thought I was over it. I'm like, woohoo, I got this, right? Spirit was like, oh no, you don't. Not all the way. Go ahead and get the rest of that about you. So yeah, but the thing is with me healing from an unconscious point, I'm able to recognize certain things, certain behaviors, and I'm able to say, this isn't my soul, this isn't me, this is trauma, right? This is energetic. Let's say that because maybe trauma is a strong word and maybe not everyone resonates with it, but it's an energy of something that I carried from experiences, right? That I'm choosing to release. So yeah, okay, so. Camilla. So what I was just told to ask you is the question to ask yourself is your energy being matched, right? The energy that you're putting in, is your energy being matched? And as you put energy into the relationship, make sure you're not abandoning your own energy. Make sure you're not cutting corners on your self-worth, not doing things to please your significant other or to appease the relationship. It's really about you making sure you maintain your level of personal identity, your level of soul truth, and your level of dedication to yourself. Now, with this being said, it doesn't mean that you can't compromise as long as you're not compromising your soul. So you're being called to really be in tune with your soul. And as I'm saying that, I'm feeling that solar plexus. Now I'm feeling it in the heart. I'm being told to tell you he has some healing to do. And and I don't know if the person you're with is a male or a woman, but I'm feeling male energy because it's not always about what the person's body is, right? I'm hearing he's been hurt and he actually doesn't trust easily. So when he can heal his trust issues, he'll be more suitable for you. Not to say you guys have to give up, but it's really about making sure you're on the same page. And it's coming through as, can you meditate together? Can you pray together? Can you do spiritual stuff together? Right? Can you attend healing events or engagements together? I'm hearing, he loves you, but he's scared. So many people have hurt him and disappointed him. And it's not even just like past relationships. I'm hearing mommy issues. First I heard mother issues and I heard mommy issues run really deep. And he doesn't really express it to the depths of it. But until he heals that, he's going to always have a block, right? And he can start with the meditation. He can start with, I'm hearing with prayer, but making sure that it's not that typical prayer where you're disempowering yourself. The prayer where you are empowered. And then here comes the solar plexus. What's that about? And the sacral. Okay. So what I'm hearing is, okay. They were like, say it, Nahkila. What I'm hearing is between the two of you, there's great sex, but this is because this is when your souls are able to unite free of any pain, any fears, and any earthly blemishes. And it's coming through not like you are blemished or he is blemished, but like the earth tends to stain us, right? Together, you two are powerful. Twin flame is what I'm hearing. So you often reflect each other, mirror each other. You often trigger each other. Like when it's good, right? But sometimes you clash and you bump heads because you're so much alike. So really at this point, it's about you two beginning your journey together. You know, like go to meditation events. If there's places that have like sound, like the bowls, go to a park and get grounded together. Have a romantic picnic and, allow yourselves to connect with nature together. Like Spirit is saying that this is the one, but you both have healing to do. And if you can do it together, your union is going to be so powerful. So you are right to put your energy into this. Just make sure you don't forget yourself. And you are kind of taking the lead here in regards to the healing. But again, don't push, suggest. And sometimes just say, let's go do something and have it be like a surprise. Surprise, we're here. Get your soul revival on. And what's with this solar plexus and this sacral? Okay, I'm hearing sex magic is also a good thing. So whether it's together or apart, because I don't know if you guys have been intimate or not already, but what I'm receiving is that if you have not, when you do, that's going to be the scenario. Okay, so you have. Um, um, I'm hearing sex magic will help you clear away some of the debris that's blocked. So, and it's on the left side mostly. So sometimes when you're intimate, just set the intention for healing, right? For healing. And take a time out every once in a while. Make sure you're doing you. And you're not so focused on the relationship. Be in flow with it. Don't push or be too eager. You can push it away, but just flow. And what's with the temperature rising? Okay. I'm hearing honesty in the past may have been an issue on both your parts. Not expressing what you really feel, kind of just doing things to please one another. not being honest about who you were talking to avoid conflict. But now you're beyond that. So just let bygones be bygones. Live in the present moment. And allow yourself to be guided into peace. Let spirit guide you on how to handle the situation. Don't be afraid to invest your time, your energy. And don't be afraid to not get anything in return. When you're not afraid to not get anything in return is when you get everything in return. So set yourself free from expecting and allow yourself to receive the blessings that come from a divine union. Okay. So that is the message I got for you. Let me know how that resonates. And I'm going to read the comments now. Thank you so much for letting me serve you. Let me see what you're saying. Hey, Tia Lynn, have you been here all along? Let's see. Okay. A lot of this is called residue. Exactly. It does. But see, here's the thing. Sandra, you asked, does it ever go away? Here's the thing. It does. But, that's what REM stands for. Release, evolve, maintain. And I would have to say maintain is so important, because we would think the release, yeah, it's important. The evolving, it's important. But the maintaining, right? The maintaining. So it does go away. It goes away. But then as we're living life, there's things that happen. And then there's other things that come up, right? So we can release the trauma, right? We can heal the residue, right? But then even when we're at that point, I can meet someone today. I don't know why this is the scenario that's coming through, but it's happened to me before. That calls me a nigger, right? How would that make me feel? Initially, I might feel some kind of way. And then I might remember love and light, compassion, turn that other cheek, I love you, right? But as that happened, that feeling of that imprinted, right? So now energetically, I've got this spot. And if I don't release that, guess what's going to happen? That spot is going to grow. It's going to fester. It's going to attach. And then I might be feeling kind of off, or something may be triggering me in another scenario, not realizing it was that one little spot that I did not release after that incident. So yes, as we release things and we heal things and they go away, there's other things that happen. So our spiritual maintenance is so important. So important. I always say it is not a one-hitter quitter, not a one-hitter quitter. But oftentimes we do forget about that residue. It's like my when I burn my sage, like, see, I'll dump it. There won't be any ashes, but look at all that residue. That's kind of how it is. Unless I go through and I clean it and scrub it with a brush, it's going to still have something there. So yeah. Spirit is saying sometimes we forget to take out the scrubber and really get it all. So does that answer your question? Let's see. Hey, Tia Lynn, love you too. Oh, thank you. That's the Vaseline girl. You may have missed that. I apologize. That's the Vaseline, my beautiful sib. Let's see. Camilla said, yes, I'm trying to stay balanced. You're definitely choosing to, Mel. Awesome. Because you know what? That's like someone, I did a reading for them, and someone that they knew was pregnant, and they asked me what were they having. And I said, a girl. Well, they found out they were having a boy, but I felt female energy. And so what I was saying was, it may be boy body, but let's give it some time and let me know later, right? Because I felt female energy strong, right? So that's why I'm now to the point where, I may say he because I feel male energy, but I understand it's not always the case. Like the body may not always be. So, okay. A lot that says, Sandra Smith, it does. It takes work, but it does go away. Yes, I didn't even see you had answered that. I just answered it. But yes, a lot that said, Tia Lynn, hey, lady. And Camilla said, yes, so true. Oh yeah, LOL. Tila said, hey, Alok, I just moved all my stuff into storage. It feels so freeing. Camilla said, okay, oh, okay, yes. Hey, my mom is in here. It's no judgment one, no judgment zone. Okay, thank you. Yes, I am. Okay, suggest what is sex magic? We're just talking about that. I was so nervous about this reading, but it's dead on. I'm so grateful. I'm getting hot. Okay, because yeah, I'm still a little moist under my arms, feeling your heat. Because it's like, okay, what is this? Okay, a lot to explain. It says magic. This can be powerful. One must know who and what their partner is about because this can work and you'll be stuck with that person. So here's the thing. The sex magic that was coming through is not necessarily the type that makes you stuck with anyone, but it's the type where you are utilizing the energy, the vibration of how sex makes you feel extremely good when it's done correctly. It's like one of the best feelings there is, right? So feeling boosts your vibration, and the higher your vibration, the higher you attract, right? So when you're having sex, if you both are focused on an intention, the same intention, while you're engaging in the act. And then when you reach climax, you can declare it. I am so grateful for whatever you're choosing to manifest. It makes it even more powerful in regards to it coming into fruition. Now, it works best when it's with two people that love one another, right? You can also do it when you're masturbating, right? It's just all about that energy of feeling good. So that was coming through, and I believe the focus was healing, right, initially, but you can use it for anything, right? You can use it for anything that you're choosing to manifest. So yeah, definitely. So yeah. Okay, I'm being told to pull a card for the collective for those of you that are still on, and if anyone else would like, the power of uno, dos, tres. And if anyone else would like, I like the colors. Can you guys see that? I don't know why. Those bottom two colors just blend well with me. If anybody else would like, Alaka, I forgot yours. You got a mini reading coming. And I was just so, no, those are not Alaka's cards. But if anyone else would like a mini reading, just let me know. And I didn't even leave the links for you guys, but you guys somehow already knew how to get them. It says a blessing on the children. And look, we got 11, a blessing on the children. I'm feeling, it feels like it's your card, huh? A blessing on your day. A blessing on a new venture. So you know what Spirit is basically doing? Spirit is reiterating what we talked about, right? Because I've shared with you all how when my intention at first, I said I don't set one. And I was like, wait a minute, that's a lie. When I protect myself, I set intentions, and I do extend my protection to my children, right? That's part of my intention, to be protected from anything that's not of highest light and love. And so what Spirit is telling you to do the same, number one, extend your protection to your children. Oftentimes also when I am experiencing healing. So let's just say this morning when I had my session with Jillian, there wasn't anything like any imprint. So we didn't do like deep shamanic work. She just did Reiki. And I say just because in comparison, it's like, but what I did was I connected to my 23-year-old's energy so that he was receiving that same healing, right? So I connected with his energy, his vibration, his higher self, so that his energetic field was one with mine. So whatever I was receiving, he got. And so Spirit is saying you can definitely do things like that. But before you do anything like that, you always check in with their higher self, right? You can talk to a person's higher self, but you must always get permission from their higher self before you do anything to them or for them, even if it's something that you feel serves their highest good. So what Spirit is saying, the main message here is, if you are worried about a child in your life, your children, biological or otherwise, to do that, doesn't matter how old they are, how young they are, always check in with their higher self first, right? First. Now, a blessing on your day, Spirit is saying this just really reiterates that whole setting the intention for your day, right? Blessing your day through your intentions, being very specific on what you're choosing. Also, what I'm being told to tell you is go out in nature. Now, I know in some parts of the world, it's really cold, right? Like I believe today it's 68 degrees here, but we're going to be getting some thunder and lightning and stuff. So one of the most exhilarating times I've had in nature was when it was raining, right? So we're so used to grounding and connecting with nature when the weather is warm, right? Or if we're going on vacation to somewhere where there's snow and we're choosing it as a vacation. But how often do we just get out of our house, go outside in the rain, hold our head up and just let those healing waters just pour on us and just cleanse ourselves, right? So Spirit is saying to start doing that. Don't wait until the weather gets nice. Even if you bundle up, just go out and connect, right? And then we got a blessing on a new venture. So this speaks to setting your intentions, setting your sights on what you're choosing for your life. And then when Spirit guides you, knowing that as long as you are guided by Spirit, that new venture will be blessed. Right? It'll be blessed no matter what it is, as long as it's guided by Spirit, right? Now, also, if you're choosing something from your life, right? Something for your life, and you say, this is what I'm choosing, guide me, show me, assist me, right? That too will be blessed. Now, whether you are headed to a destination that is one that is aligned with your purpose or your calling, it maybe take you down the path of a lesson, right? Whatever the case may be, if it's for you, it's going to go smooth, right? Because sometimes those lessons, they come real smooth. If it's not for you and it's going to harm you, you will be redirected. So what Spirit is saying is, again, be guided. Pay attention to where you're being directed. Be guided. Don't be so caught in your own ways, your own beliefs, your own desires that you forget to allow yourself to be guided, right? Because oftentimes we're operating from a place of ego, right? And Spirit is just going to take us to where it serves our highest good to be and go. And I heard just flow, just flow. Okay. Wait, that's why I said it sounds like it's yours, huh? Even though Spirit said, nope, that's not for her. And then that first one, I was like, sounds like it's yours. Let me get up out of there. You be up there with me, so I guess it's payback. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Camilla said, get her name. No more. Okay. You're dead on. It's funny because we were just talking about healing. I'm happy to hear it's safe to put energy into this. It was helpful to hear it's safe. We both are scared. I'm so grateful. And here's the thing too, with the fear, it would serve your highest good for both of you to release that fear, because it sounds so cliche, but just like they say, what you think about, you bring about. What you fear about, you bring about, because you're putting energy there. So whenever you two feel fear, think about what you'd rather have, right? And then just replace it. Just cancel, delete that feeling or thought of fear. And then think about whatever I'm fearing, how would it be if I receive the opposite, or if I receive what I'm setting my intentions to receive, or what I'd like to receive, and then just focus there, right? Focus there. I'm going to take another piece of my bar. Alata said, I'm thinking of my question, and so far all three cards have answered. Let me dig in and see if there's something else I can ask. And you know what? If that answered it for you, you can always save it until next week. It's up to you. You don't have to. Just remind me that you saved it. A lot of said that's so funny. Kimia. Awesome. Thank you, Kimia. I'm about to say good point. You guys, that quinoa salad, make it so good. You know what I'm gonna do when we done, right? Has anybody else done intermediate fasting or is doing intermediate fasting? You know, we've been taught that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But you know what's so funny? I've never been a breakfast person. Never am hungry in the morning. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. One of the healthiest things we can do, though, when we first wake up is drink room temperature water. I drink my water room temperature all the time. But, yeah, I have water by my bed. It's the first thing I do. So we have 7 people on and 16 thumbs up, which is 7. So 7. I'll have to let me know if you are going to think of a question today or if you'd like to save it. Who all is still on? Cheryl, I know you're still here. Thank you for being here. Who else is on with us right now? There's 7 people on right now. When we get to this point, you guys, I know the people over on Facebook, by then, if there may be one person on when we're streaming live on Facebook at this point. Sandra's still on. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for still being here, Sandra. Look, I'm leaning in, like, by leaning in, I'm going to see more comments. Victoria's on. Thank you so much, Victoria. Okay. I'm being told to pull a charm for us as a collective. Oh, look. Ooh. Okay, so this is so amazing, you guys, because let me put this down so I'm not smacking as I'm talking to you guys. This is so amazing. You know what? Because it's an angel, but it came in upside down. And it reminds me of a lotus for some reason. And then I also see snakes, the sun, waves. That was really weird. The screen just did something weird. Okay, I'm going to point it all out where I see it, okay? Well, maybe not. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay. Here's my little pointer. Now let's just coordinate the movement. So I see waves right there. Wait, get in front. The sun here. The snakes there. This whole part reminds me of the lotus. And then just now when I was looking here, Spirit said those are like aviation stripes, right? Okay, so let's break it all down. The waves are telling you to be in flow. The lotus is about when you're in flow, you find your peace. The snakes are about you shedding the old of what no longer serves you, right? The sun is all about that new life and that love and light that carries you and holds you, right? And then this right here, these look like butterfly wings. Your angels are supporting you. And I'm being told you and your angels are one and the same. So just as your angels support you through their love and light, you have your own wings to support you. Growth and expansion, as we look at these petals, growth and expansion, right? How a flower can open up. And the only thing that separates us from being who we came here to be, from shedding that skin and being who we came here to be, is us. These barriers here are a part of the flower. These barriers that separate us from the various versions of ourselves, right? So here we are at different layers and levels of ourselves. Here we are at our highest self. This part of us is what's aligned to the sun, right? The foundation of everything else. And so the goal is to get here. But without these other versions of ourselves, there's no whole. So Spirit is saying, embrace it all and understanding that you're perfect, whole, and complete. You're the divine having a human experience, right? There's no representation in the charms for the divine, but an angel is close enough. So, whoa, that was pretty awesome. I'll take it. And so it is. And so it is. Phyllis is still here. Cheryl is still here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cheryl says, sometimes if I eat breakfast, it makes me sluggish. And that's exactly what it does. You know, once I decided to do this intermediate fasting, because what happened was my trainer had mentioned it during our last session. And I was like, sure, why not? Might as well, because I'm so big on I eat whatever I feel like it. My gut guides me. I'm on my own thing when it comes to that. That's what works for me. When I start putting restrictions and stuff, I start feeling hungrier than usual. So anyways, someone reached out to me and said, do you do intermediate fasting? And I was like, yeah, my trainer mentioned it. I was like, sure, why not? Literally was about to start doing it. And she went in my inbox and just gave me this whole rundown of how it worked for her, sent pictures from this group. And I ended up joining the group. And now I'm on board. But look at how Spirit works. And also, the social media spies. So Spirit sometimes uses them. So anyways, I'm on IG and Dr. Oz is talking about breakfast and how it really isn't the most important meal of the day. Having brunch every day serves our highest good, and how literally it makes us sluggish and all these things. And with that whole intermediate fasting, what happens is our body is able to rejuvenate. It's also like my son's grandfather, back in the day, he used to talk about like when we eat a bunch of different things or a bunch of different types. At the time I used to eat meat, right? And he was saying he only eats lamb, but it's like our digestive system has to work overtime to digest all these different types of like meat we put in, right? It's just this whole thing about giving our digestive system a chance to recuperate and our cells and all that stuff. And so when we do the intermediate fasting, not only is it good for releasing weight, which I'm not like, I'd say, I think 18 pounds is what I'm choosing if I select a weight, right? But it does so much for our cells and so much for our bodies physically that doesn't have anything to do with aesthetics. So I'm sold and I'm doing it. So yeah, I am a vegan foodie, a lot. There's so much so. Really. I told you guys, food is a hobby for me. It is. I love food. It's like a slice of heaven. Let's see. How can I create a better relationship with my daughters? Okay. So that's your question. Let's get to it. Let me see. Cheryl said, I was just fixing to say that about the butterfly. Yes, yes, yes. Phyllis said, yes. Victoria said, for me, eating too early, I'll throw up. Yeah, yeah. And see, and this is the thing, you guys, our bodies, right? This is our antenna to the divine. If we just pay attention to it, how many of us, because we're told, even if we're not doing it now, but at one point, I'm told breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So let me make myself eat breakfast. Because if I don't, I'm going to blah, blah, blah and not do blah, blah, and blah, right? I even used to make my boys eat breakfast. They wouldn't be hungry. No, just eat something. Because, in order for your brain to function, that whole thing, even if it's a fruit. Now, a fruit isn't as bad, but still, right? Our bodies will guide us if we just pay attention. Even if we're dealing with emotional and mental and spiritual debris, chaos, trauma, wherever we are in that part of our journey, our antennas are still working. It's just how in tune are we to listen, right? And how trustworthy are we to listen? But it'll always let us know what serves our highest good, I'm hearing a lot, the patience and the freedom to choose. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm getting. Sometimes you can be overbearing, but not in a type way. It's more like your silence, right? Your silence manipulates, and it's not intentional. It's not like you're like, let me do this so I can manipulate the situation. And it's not manipulation being used in a bad way. It's just that it's become a pattern, a habit, automatic type thing. Your silence and your looks, right, have a tendency to bear a lot of influence over what they do, how they react, right? And even what they speak to you. So oftentimes they don't tell you all that they could because they fear disappointing you. So instead of risking disappointing you, they often will bend and do what they know you'd like them to do. So if you, number one, give them permission to just be themselves, and not just through speaking it, but through those things that kind of happen unconsciously now, is just kind of the dynamics that will help. And one of the things when it was coming through that with what them choosing to not disappoint, right? So they don't tell you as much as they would or everything because of this. So it was coming through like with my grandmother when she was living, right? When she was living, if my mom had something she liked and she'd ask for it. So my mom stopped wearing certain things that she really liked around my grandmother. Now, me, on the other hand, if my grandmother said she liked it, I'd be like, here, Momo. And she'd be like, no, no, baby, keep it, right? And I would end up leaving it anyway before I went back to Washington. But it's like my mom. That's kind of the dynamics of what happens. It's like they know that if I share this, this is what's going to happen. So let me just keep it to myself, right? Overall, you're a great mother. And you've taught them how to be strong. You've taught them how to stand up for themselves. But the one thing they haven't quite mastered is how to stand up to you. Of course, respectfully, that's a given. Release your fears associated with the bumps in the road, them bumping their heads, right? Your wisdom and your love are the band-aids and the bandages, right? There's a lot of metaphors coming through. It's coming through like, imagine if a person was bleeding from a head wound and they fear that if they went to the hospital, imagine this scenario, that they might not make it out, right? So they choose not to go, right? But had they went to the hospital, because the doctors are all good and they really serve us and they're concerned about our healing, they would have been mended and left there feeling great and even been told some things they didn't know. And now they're healthier and they're thriving, right? So that's how it's coming through. The thing that Spirit is saying, narrow it down to just the basics of how she can improve it. Being understanding, listening, not seeking to protect them from their own lessons, not consciously doing that, but it is an unconscious thing because lessons are painful. Accepting their choices and respecting them. I'm hearing as women. And even as they are aging, each age, I'm feeling like a really protective mama bear energy. Like this shield. Like, look, this thing has these bat wings, right? Like this shield, you kind of do this and you hover over everything and you take it all, right? And Spirit is saying, you live a little bit, right? You live a little bit. Get off protection duty, that kind of duty, and you live a little bit. Focusing more on you and the things you enjoy, right? Invite them into your world. Sharing more deeply the things you've been through. Not dancing around certain topics. I'm feeling solar plexus and heart right now with you too. And I'm seeing an exercise for you to do together. So, okay, 2 hands each, right? So it's coming through where you all are together in a circle and your hands are on each other, heart and solar plexus. And collectively, you're sending that healing energy together to each other. And then just also choosing to merge the energies, right? And I'm hearing, oh, look, the cards came out, Power of 3. I'm hearing Mother, Maid, and Crone, right? Although those may not be the stages where you each are at, but that's what I'm hearing, Mother, Maid, and Crone, right? And it doesn't have to be age specific. It can be where you all are in your mental state, right? Or where you are energetically, right? Connecting to that powerful energy, that power of 3. And then allowing the healing to take place amongst you. There's some things that together you must heal that you don't talk about. You kind of just moved on from it. Everyone's like business as usual. But there are some of those imprints, those stains, like we talked about. There's some things that have happened that has put fear in them and affects how they move and operate in their life. They're a little more cautious when they don't have to be. So it's coming through as overly, right? Anything in excess is not serving us. So there's some conversations to be had and a commitment to letting go. Letting go. It's one of the toughest things as a mom. And now I'm tapping out for a second, unless there's something else that comes through. Give it to me. But that was one of the things with my son, my 23-year-old. When I went through my healing, I got to the point where I just gave him permission to be him. And at first, he wasn't used to that. He was so used to me seeing something that could prevent things and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And as a result, he just wouldn't tell me certain stuff, or he would let it go in one ear and not the other. He'd tune me out. And so now I'm like, I'm giving you, I made my own choices and learned my lessons. So I'm allowing you to do the same. Now he talks to me about anything, right? Even more so. Because before we talk, but even more so, he'll come to me because I'll say it and then I'll let him know, this is what I know from experience, this is what I know from spirit guiding me, but it's your choice, right? So it's similar to that. But it was the toughest thing to do at first, the idea of it. And then when I chose to accept, that he has his own path and journey and I can't protect him from his own life path, it became easy. Okay, so is there anything else for Latha? I'm going to try to pull a charm for you. You know what you got, right? The cat. And instantly what I heard when I put this up like this is unconditional love, right? Even though you have unconditional love, and even though consciously they know it, making them feel that unconditional love and acceptance. Like, it doesn't matter what you do to your cat is going to love you. Your cat is going to cuddle with you. You know what I mean? It doesn't change. It doesn't waver. And so letting them know there's no judgment. Like, I'm not like even today, right? When we were doing the reading and my mom's here, right? And you were like, no judgment. That right there, just letting it be known, but not only saying it, but making certain adjustments so that they feel it. I heard, okay, that's it. Does that answer that question for you? Let me know if that helps. Yeah, it is a hobby. Cheryl said, go on a water fast for about 2 or 3 days. You'll lose some weight. You know what's so funny? So I am at a point where I'd rather go slow and steady because I've done all those quick things, Doesn't work for me. At the end, it's back on plus some, right? And then I'm also at the point where I choose to release weight instead of losing it, because if you lose something, your unconscious mind associates losing something with a negative. So then you're finding it, even if you're not consciously aware. So all the times in my past when I have lost weight, guess where it ended back at? Right back with me. The moment I released the weight is when I was able to maintain, right? I was able to maintain it. So there's that shift in how we speak, and it makes all the difference, because unconsciously, if you lose something, what have we been taught loss is? Loss is negative. It's not something that serves us. So if we're saying, I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight. How many of us say that? I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight, I'm losing weight. And then we put it back on. Because we lost it. Now we searching for it. Like we not gonna lose nothing, you know? So yeah. But oh no. You don't understand, Cheryl. If I fast like that, I did a fast before the 2018 Activating You retreat. Spirit was like, go on a fast. And I know it was for the mental thing. And I'm sure that eventually Spirit is probably gonna direct me to do like a liquid fast where I'm juicing, maybe even smoothies and fruits and vegetables, for like clarity and that thing. I feel it coming. I really do. I feel it coming, but I'm not there yet. I'll let you know when Spirit say do it though. Let's see. A lot that said, well, I'll be damned. Phyllis said, I sent a PayPal payment, sis. Just wanted to let you know. Thank you so much, Phyllis. Thank you. A general reading, whatever Spirit wants me to know, just flow with it, sis. Okay, I will for sure. You're so welcome, Alata. Thank you so much. Alata said, I'm not an animal lover. However, I had 2 cats when they were little. Phyllis said, so true. Cheryl said, LOL. Yes, I'm telling you, Cheryl, you please. I be a cup in, so hungry at breakfast time, knowing good well I ain't never hungry at breakfast time. I was shocked though. The screen keeps doing this weird thing. I was shocked though when Spirit had me do the fast for that retreat. I was like, it was easy. It was easy. Anything Spirit led, it shifts for me. It's like, all right, if Spirit tell me to do it, I'm definitely doing it. So I psyched myself out and I did it because I could either suffer through it or go through it with ease, But yeah, I felt like I could do this forever. And then I ate when it was over. But yeah. Okay. So what message do you have for Phyllis? Latha said, I'll get more into it when we start back on the one-on-ones. I love them so much. However, I do not always think they know how much. I just heard, yeah, they do and they don't. They do and they don't. But it's because a child never really understands the depth of a mother's love until they become one, right? Or a father's love until they become one. So they do and they don't, right? It's like they know you love them. You do it because you love them, but it doesn't make it any less annoying. It doesn't make the avoiding this any more, any less. This is how I'm going to do it because I don't feel like hearing it. Like, it gets to that. I just don't feel like hearing it. So I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to ask, right? There's certain questions that they may have that they don't even ask because they feel like one question is going to lead into all this other stuff. But yeah, definitely when we get on the one-on-ones, definitely. Cheryl said it's much easier when you're Spirit-led. It is. It really is. Because if failure isn't an option any other time, when Spirit tells me to do it, that's when failure is really not an option. It's like, we doing this, although we always have choices. In my mind, I choose not to have a choice when it comes to Spirit guiding me. There is no other choice except to do what I'm told, and it's funny because I had asked Spirit, right? One of my soul sisters asked me what was her name, right? Her star name. And I received it and it was all pretty starry. It's so pretty starry. So I asked Spirit, well, what was mine? One day I'm asking and Spirit told me Abraham. I was like, Abraham? Why? I don't have no pretty name like Staria, right? But then it made sense to me because I had an experience where I was led to cut ties with a person I really loved, looked at as family and still love, right? And I let it be known, it doesn't matter if it's my mama, my daddy, my brother, my sister, or my kids. If spirit tells me to do it, guess what? It's no question. Period. And then I thought about the story of Abraham when God asked Abraham to sacrifice his son, right? And it made sense. It made sense, it made sense. So part of my role here in my journey is to show what unwavering faith looks like and to be a living, breathing example of what happens when you live in that energy of unwavering faith, right? And of course, when it came to the sacrifice, spirit stopped him before it happened. But so I'm like, okay, Abraham's not so bad, but I was still looking for some cute little girly name, like Princess blah, 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 something dealing with the cosmos, but Abraham it is. So, okay, let me see. A lot that yesterday I didn't do that great. It's kind of like a day-to-day thing. And so, yeah, I'm going to get in touch with what that is. Cause it's like some days I'm on it. Some days I'm on it. I'm sipping all day. And then I found too, I was putting it in a glass and I was putting lemon or lime and vinegar, apple cider vinegar. And that particular day, I was just drinking it down. And then there's days where I'll be almost done. And then by the end of the day, I'll be like, ooh, it's late. If I finish this, I'm a pee. So yeah, it's just about me shifting a few things, but I'm determined to get to the point where it is an everyday thing. I'm choosing it. A lot that's asking me about my gallon of water a day, you guys. Okay. So what message is for Phyllis? Cheryl said you got me laughing over here, Nahkila. Yeah, you did. And you're absolutely right. A lot the Phyllis, I'm being told to tell you have a presence surrounding you, a lovely presence. And as I was feeling and connecting, I was feeling it almost like it's weaving energy like a cocoon. And it just feels really loving and warm, right? What I like you to do, and I'm repeating what I'm hearing, what I like you to do is tap into that presence, right? Set the intention that only highest light and love is allowed in, but tap into that presence. So just close your eyes, and you don't have to do it now, you can, but in those moments where you're home and you're relaxed, close your eyes and breathe deeply and allow yourself to feel the energy of that presence, right? And then your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your root, your third eye, and your crown, right? Heart, solar plexus, root, third eye, and crown, right? See what looks like plugs coming from you and connecting to that loving energy, right? And then as you do that, allow yourself to receive all the highest light and love attributes that energy carries: courage, peace, freedom, security, acceptance, love, right? Balance. And just allow yourself to be filled with that intuition, discernment, right? Divine love and trust, just all those things. Feel it pouring into you, right? I don't know if you can feel it right now, but I can definitely feel it. I'm feeling it in my back, in my heart, my solar plexus, sacral. And just allow yourself to be filled with the love of the divine. This will help you be more at peace in your day-to-day life. Anxiety sometimes appears, and by doing this, it'll help you remain in a calm state. It'll help you combat the effects that life tends to have. It'll also help you to set healthy and clear boundaries and allow yourself to give love more freely and receive it. It'll also help you to discern between those that are out to use you, get you, serve you, and love you. Sometimes you doubting your own intuition, stop it. Allow your heart to guide you. So when you are receiving that energy, also allow yourself to release the energy that's blocking your heart. And I'm being told to tell you, so every time you use the bathroom, just flush it out, right? Flush out your heart chakra. When you flush it, that energy is being released, no longer to return. And then just put your hand there, just a brief second, with the intention that you just put in love and light to fill that space, right? Love and light to fill that space. Also, stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't have to do everything for everyone. You don't have to be everything for everyone or to everyone. Right now, it's all about you focusing on you, right? Cut some corners as it relates to everyone else. Start saying no. Not gonna be able to do it. I'm focusing on me. I'm taking a hiatus, a sabbatical. It's about me, right? I just heard you have too much time on your hands to not be serving you. And it's coming through more or less like, yeah, okay, you work, right? You're busy with that. What about TV time, right? What about time that's not doing anything for your soul? That's time that you could be spending working on you, the things that you feel like you don't have time to do, or it feels like you're so busy. I'm hearing pooped and exhausted. It's really just about prioritizing and making shifts, making shifts in the areas that you can. Choosing it, right? Understanding that you deserve it because you do. And I'm hearing, and that one is waiting for you too. But you're at a point where whole and complete, right? Whole and complete, right? You're also being prompted to switch fields. You've been feeling it. This is confirmation. You know what you'd like to do. You know what you love to do. Courageously, fearlessly step out and do it. Now set the intention to be guided, right? Spirit will guide you. And as that message is coming through, I notice I'm rubbing my solar plexus. So Spirit is saying it requires you being fully in your power to be able to step out and do this. So, and it doesn't have to be rushed, right? It's not something that's rushed. Go at your own spirit-led pace, right? But confirmation. As long as your spirit-led pace isn't giving you permission to procrastinate, right? Be real with you. And then I heard, you know what? I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. Okay. So be real with you. How did that tie in? I heard because that's what her soul is telling her. Be real with you on a soul level. And then your soul responds with, I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby. And yes, it was in Jamie Foxx's voice from that song. And I'm hearing you have so much potential to be an energy healer. In addition to whatever you choose. You can start now. Placing your hands on people, and sending them that love and that light. When you shake a hand, send love and light. When you hug, send love and light. Channel that energy. Wait, say it again. Okay, I heard you, but I'm just like, is that what you really would like me to say? I'm being told to tell you stop eating so much cereal. Have you been eating a lot of cereal? Or eating cereal in general that maybe you weren't doing that before? More fruits and vegetables. More physical activity. More playtime. More joyous things. More freedom. More carefree energy. No stress. Relax. Your blessings are right here. Take them. Open your arms. Open your hands. Receive them. Stop pushing them away. You deserve it. You give so much. Now it's your turn. And I just was told to tell you, live and let live. Live and let live. Is there anything else? Okay. I'm being told to pull a charm for you. Oh, ooh, look at that. Eiffel Tower. I'm being told to tell you to travel more because it's something that you love doing and you don't do enough of it. This is one of the ways that you treat yourself. Also, you may consider joining a travel group and go visit Africa. Also, going to Paris would be great for you too, in Italy. And there's a few other places that you haven't considered, and you're going to randomly receive a message, whether you see something on TV or someone says something or on social media, and something in you is going to be like, that's a place, right? Because it's not a place that you've considered or thought of, but you're going to be like, okay, and you're going to know it's meant for you to visit that place or travel there. And when you get that, write it down, like create a list of places that you're traveling to and add it to your list. And then I'm hearing, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Mm-mm. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Or do you, boo? Anything else? Okay. So, Phyllis, that is your message. I'm going to read your comments because I see you've been leaving them. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Let's see what you were saying. Phyllis said, yes, right. Yes, I feel it now. Yes, it does. Yes, absolutely. Exactly. Right. Yes. That's why I feel warmth in my belly. Yeah. Yeah. The beautiful thing is when I send that healing and I'm connected to your energy, I feel it too. So it's like, thank you. Thank you for letting me serve you for real, for real. You serve you let me serve me too. And it always does, but that's a whole different kind, right? Phyllis said, yes, that's so true. Yes, I do eat cereal. Wow, I do love to travel. Yes, you are awesome, girl. Yes, thank you so much, Alata. You know, we just reflect in one another. Phyllis said, thank you so much, Nahkila. Confirmation. You are so, so welcome. You are so welcome. So welcome. So that was your message. That was your message. And relax your shoulders. Like deep breathe in through your nose and then exhale. When you exhale, let your shoulders drop. And you're carrying a lot of tension between your neck area, your shoulders, and the top of your, like between your shoulder blade. So inhale deep. And then when you exhale, just drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. And notice how good that feels after doing that. Do that periodically just throughout the day until you get used to not being so tense. Phyllis said, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's still going. Usually I'd be putting it out, but I'm just let it go. Let it go. Let it burn. And surprisingly, I didn't hear Usher sing that to me. Oh man, Spirit's been communicating with song here lately a lot, right? So Phyllis said, I get crazy muscle spasms. Yes, I feel, and see, I'm doing it again because I haven't disconnected from your energy yet. But you see how I'm sitting? Yeah, like loosen up and just periodically, because even though I'm feeling it most at the top, it's actually affecting like down your spine, all the way down to like this part in your back. I'm feeling it on both sides. So just, even do one of these where you're kind of rolling your spine and rolling your shoulders and your neck. But then just like I say, periodically when you inhale and then when you exhale, just allow your shoulders to drop and loosen that tension. Phyllis said, girl, yes, yeah. That in itself will help you energetically, just allowing yourself to not be so tense, to not be so tense. Okay. Yeah. So, is there anyone else who would like a $20 mini reading? If so, let me know. And if you're over on Facebook, hey, I'm receiving messages over on, I'm receiving, it's flashing like my cousin messaged me over on Facebook. I'll see what that's all about. But if you're over on Facebook and you're still on, join us on YouTube. That's where the live chat is happening. Cheryl said, I see that songs play through your head a lot too, Nahkila. Yes, it really does. And you know what? I saw this meme. It said, if you sit in the car a little while longer listening to music, you're my kind of people. I shared it on Snapchat because it's true. When I get home, I usually sit in the car. Even if I'm not listening to music, sometimes I'll be on the phone with my mom, and sometimes I'll just sit in the car and I'll be like responding to messages on social media. But a lot of times I'll just sit there and I'll just be listening to music. I don't know what it is, but I don't ever get home. It don't matter how tired I am. I don't ever just get home, turn everything off, and go upstairs. I've been known to sit in my car for a couple of hours regularly before, right? But yeah, I really do enjoy music. I do. Phyllis said, thank you. I needed that. You are so welcome, but cancel, delete, need. It just serves your highest good. And I'm grateful to have been able to serve. So thank you. Thank you. So yeah, Phyllis said, I was hearing Teddy Pendergrass, Let It Go. It's just another TKO. Yes. See how that comes through? And even like that, right? Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying one of the reasons why I've been receiving messages in song form, aside from liking music, but it's also because it's another way to show you how Spirit can communicate with us through so many different channels. It doesn't have to always be the typical expected ways, right? So Spirit is saying, pay attention, pay attention. Hi, Anitra. Anitra said, wow, I sit in the car listening to music too. Join the club, join the club. And I always say it's my way of decompressing. Not like there's anything in the house that's like stressing me out, right? It's just me and my baby. Wait, let me take that back. Teenager. Sometimes, I'm kidding though. That's not why. But I'm like, let me just sit and decompress, So, hey, Mom, you're still here? I love you too, Mother dear, Mother dear. You guys, guess what? Guess what? I feel like saying, can you guess what I'm about to say? And then I almost feel like a lot that's going to guess what I'm about to say. But my mom and my bonus dad are moving to Tennessee. Their move date was February 10th, which is my 15-year-old's 16th birthday, but it got postponed to March 19th? I'm so excited. And they're going to be right across the way. Family dinners. I got the Sorry game, apples to apples, Uno, dominoes. We got to get some more games because we're going to have game night, family night, movie night, dinner night. And my mom and I, when she visits, we cook together. I don't mind doing the cooking and she be the sous chef, but I realize that she's going to have us flip that sometimes. But it makes cooking so much easier when you have a sous chef or when you're the sous chef. As long as you don't do both, it's so much easier. So I'm excited. I'm super happy. We haven't lived in the same state in quite some time. So, yeah. Alana said, that's awesome. Anitra said, that's wonderful. Cheryl said, y'all are going to have fun. I know, working out together. Yeah, my mom's my best friend, y'all. So I'm excited. That's just right around the corner. Right around the corner. Okay. I'm being told to pull a card for the collective. Phyllis said, I live in the same apartment complex as my mom does. And that's how it's going to be for us too. We're in the same complex. She was supposed to be here, like I said, on February 10th, but I was like, these folks must not have learned the concept of under promise and over deliver. Those of you that were following my journey, y'all, especially those of you in REM, y'all remember when they told me it would be ready versus when I actually moved in. So my mom, seeing my situation, was like, okay, when are we moving in for real? And even like with our clubhouse, I'm so excited about that too. The machines and stuff are so like awesome. Like my trainer was super stoked when I gave her the list of what's going to be in there. But I'm just excited about that. But even with that, I asked when would that be done? And they told me, I believe, what'd she say? January 16th. And she said, they're saying it's a date of January 16th, but it might not be. It's not. It's not. But yeah, patience has been my theme, so I'm not surprised. We got memories of love, memories of love, memories of love. Okay, thank you. So literally what's coming through, look at this. Healing your own heart, right? And then when you heal your own heart, see how those candles are being placed in the water, and they're kind of floating out, and they're different. They're not in a line, right? They're kind of in different places, just strategically placed, but in flow. So what Spirit is saying is you're not really seeing where that light is coming from, but where that light is coming from is the heart. So when you heal your heart, you're able to love you. It goes back to that self-love, and then you're able to give love to the world, right? And there's no conditions or discriminating on your love. Because look at this. These candles all look exactly the same, right? They're all the same. So we don't say, I love you because you vibrate high. I love you more because you did this, right? We just give that same unconditional love. You know, one of the things that I say now, because my niece's mom, she'll be like, when it comes to my brother, I got that agape love for him, right? I'm not in love with him, or I got that agape love. So I always say, I got that agape love. You know, my mom's like, what? I'm like, well, you know, that Christ-like love. So we're always being told to be in that state of Christ consciousness, right? And when we think in terms of the story in the Bible, you know, Christ had love even for those that murdered him. Right. And so that's what we're being called to do, not to discriminate with our love. We don't pick and choose who we love, because our goal is just to be this pillar of love and light. Right. So when you're a pillar of love and light through and through, no matter what is said or done, that love and that light is still present. But it starts here. So we got to love us enough, and then we just give it freely. Right. Pour it into us, and then from our heart. So it comes in and comes out. It comes in and comes out. It just circulates in and out, in and out. And that's what Spirit is telling us to do. And then that flow, we just let it flow. Oh, you're lacking a little love? Okay, here you go. Oh, this situation could use love? Here it go, right? When we see things on the news, don't get mad or sad or angry. I'm sending that situation love and light. When we hear stories, don't get mad, sad, or angry. I'm sending that situation love and light, right? Connect to our inner light and our inner love, and then share it with the world. So, my mom has Connect 4. That's okay. I played that out when I was a kid, but no, I'm joking. We'll play Connect 4 too. Let's see. My mom said 14 years. Wow. Oh, March 9th. Oh, cool. Well, March 19th is more like it. Let's see what happens, because that came through. So let's see if it's March 9th. Phyllis said, I just got a quick question. I have white sage incense. That works good too, right? Yes, it does. Even like this incense is for clarity. And let me show you guys something really quick, because I love it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Where did that come from? Can you guys see the glitter on the incense? I love it. But this would even work, right? To cleanse, right? But white sage incense would definitely work. And you know, you may have seen me kind of bringing the smoke to me. So this is how the natives actually cleanse when they're using sage. They do their hands, right? They bring it to their heart. They do it over their head, you know, they bring it down over their body, and even, you know, they'll even inhale, you know, and that's so that their words are cleansed and they're speaking light and love, you know. Oftentimes when I start my day, the way I do it though is the every chakra, I do it that way. But if I'm in a situation like this, you'll find me just kind of cleansing in that way, right? So it's all about intention. It really is all about intention. And when you call in your guides and your angels of highest light and love with that intention combined, yeah, you're definitely good there. So let's see. Phyllis said, beautiful, and that purple color is gorgeous, right? It is, right? Phyllis said, yep. Hey, Michaela, I'm good. How's everybody else doing? Phyllis said, yes, yes. Oh, you guys, let me go ahead and put this bite in. I forgot. I got all excited. That was my last bite. So, it's 4:34, 4:34. And real quick, while we're still on, I'm being told to look that message up and share with everyone. So, if you are on and you'd like a mini read, let me know. And if no one else would like one, what we're going to do is wrap up our Empower Hour. Okay, so number 434 is a blend of the energies and attributes of number 4 and 3, with number 4 appearing twice, amplifying its influences. Number 4 resonates with practicality and application, hard work, and responsibility. Planning, building solid foundations for the self and others, traditional values, honesty and integrity, diligence and determination to successfully achieve goals. Number 4 also relates to our drive, passion, and purpose, and the archangels. Number 3 carries the vibration of the ascended masters and resonates with courage, forgiveness, skills and talents, open-mindedness, manifestation and attainment, self-expression and communication, optimism and enthusiasm, growth and expansion. Angel number 434 is a message that your prayers and positive affirmations have been heard and are being responded to in divine right time. Maintain faith and trust in the benevolence of the universe, as the hard work and effort you have put towards achieving your goals and serving your life purpose has ensured that your prayers, wishes, and desires will come to fruition. The angel encourages you to keep up the good work and expect miracles to happen. Angel number 434 is a message from your angels that the creativity and joy you have put into your work and daily life has brought about positive energies, making things run smoothly for you in your life. Your angels applaud your efforts and encourage you to continue on your current path. Know that the work you do is of great value, and your determination and persistent efforts have manifested many blessings in your life. Angel number 434 tells you that you have important things to do and achieve in this lifetime. So direct your powerful energies toward fulfilling your goals and aspirations and pushing your life and pursuing your life purpose. Choose the path that you most resonate with and trust that you are on the right path for you. Develop a peaceful, loving relationship with yourself and trust yourself in every way. And 434 relates to the karmic master number 11. And look, we got that earlier, what 11 is all about. So there you have it. And as I was reading that message to you all, and look, 818, there's 8 people on and we have 18 likes, 818. So on your own time, look up the angel number 818. But as I was reading that to you all, I started to feel some stuff going on in the heart chakra and the solar plexus. The solar plexus really stood out, and someone's a little bit nervous about really stepping into their role, their purpose. Let that go. Let that go, or even exploring that this may not be it. There's more. Are you telling me to call her out? Are you telling me to call her out? Okay, I was just told, no, don't call her out. Sometimes they'll tell me, and I'll be like, for real? This is the first time they told me no. Usually they'd be like, we said what we said. So, yeah. So that is the message I have for everyone. It doesn't look like anybody else is getting any readings. So unless you are, let me know, because I'm about to log off. Speak now or forever hold your peace till next week. I'm actually thinking about going live a little more often. I'm not committing to it though. I'm committed to Wednesdays, but I am, Spirit and I have been talking about it, So Yeah, Spirit said that'd be great. It'd be great. Also been considering going live directly in the Facebook group sometimes. So yeah. Okay. Spirit said, nope, no more messages, no more mini reads. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much. I had so much fun. Now I'm about to go get me some of that quinoa salad. And you don't even have to heat it up. And the beautiful thing about all the vegetables is nothing is cooked except for the quinoa. So it has all the nutrients, the vitamins, nothing's been cooked out. The chickpeas are roasted in the air fryer, but everything is just healthy and delicious. Gotta have them both, health and delicious, because the fact of the matter is, I don't know if I'm always choose healthy over delicious. So since I know being healthy serves my highest good, you gotta have both. You're so welcome, Alata. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. I leave you with peace, love, bliss. And Cheryl said, thank you, Nahkila. Everyone have a blessed day. Thank you, Cheryl. You too. Love you, Mom. I'll talk to you later, probably right after I get off of here, after I make my plate. And so, yeah, I'll see you all on Wednesday for sure. And if this resonated and you didn't give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. And then also share it with your community, whether it's on Facebook or whatever community you have, Twitter, share the link. Let's help get the message out. I appreciate your help. Also, you guys, we're at like, what, 98, I think? 102 subscribers from 1,000. So we're almost there. We're almost there. You're so welcome, Anitra. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And if you guys got an inbox from me and you didn't schedule your consultation, make sure you do. Make sure you schedule it. If you've been considering it, right, schedule it. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. So anyways, I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.